Getting
Live.
something.
Are we live?
Yeah, I think
We're
we're
about-
live
oh.
now.
Wait,
We're live now?
Yeah.
It should be.
We're live right now.
Are we?
Steven
pressure.
Universe Future, here we are. Okay.
Oh, there, yep.
Live from Saturday night. It's New York, Portland. That's how it's said,
It's-
right?
Anton, I'm gonna warn you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to like occasionally flip to your character sheet and then go down to the actions, the moves, because I always forget the moves.
I guess I could show my character sheet on here, right?
Yeah, you
Nothing's
can.
stopping you.
Yeah, you can show whatever you want, dude.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could. If I feel
Oh,
like
and
it.
one more house rule with our games of Urban Shadows. On all of your character sheets, there's a thing of debts. If for some reason a debt is not vibing with you and your character, feel free to switch it out, just as long as it kind of keeps to that same theme.
So
Or like when I say, oh sorry,
are you are we gonna like go through the debts at the beginning of the game in terms of like
Yes.
who
Yes.
amongst us owes who what? Okay.
yes.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is, I'll just have everybody briefly introduce their characters, like the vibe, the archetype, person. I won't have you go through the questions, or maybe I'll have you go through the questions if we can go through them quickly, and then we could get into the debts.
Yeah, I think that's the way. I know you're not you don't want to make us go too late. But I would say I would argue, taking our time, having fun with it, and then like maybe being like, rather than feeling like you need to rush things, do like a cliffhanger for next time if that's if that's my personal preference on that way. Because I feel like it took me a while to understand everything, and I feel like anyone watching will have more fun if we take our time and enjoy our characters and have fun with it. You know what I mean? Instead of
For sure, that's the plan.
feeling like okay, we have to make sure we do this, and then it's like that's no one's gonna mind if we take our time, or if we were like, okay, we didn't finish the whole thing, but we'll get to it at some point or whatever.
Yeah, and that will actually enable us to use that level up mechanic. I can't remember if the one shot that I sent you had that, Matt, but basically at the beginning of every session, and we'll do this after the debts, we go around the table, and let me actually double check that while I'm speaking so I can correct myself when I'm wrong. You basically gossip about another faction, and then you mark that faction as connected with, and you're one step closer to leveling up.
Oh
right,
yeah.
right. If you mark,
We don't use.
You mark each of the factions, then you can level up advancement, make a.
Yes.
Yeah.
The good level up, not the bad level up.
Where do you mark those though? Is that on the sheet, or is that a separate sheet?
So if you see your faction like stats, you should see a little box in with the numbers. When you click that, it's
yeah.
when you click on that box,
underneath the
it'll
name.
be a little check mark. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we all know each other beforehand, right?
Yes, that is the assumption. This game doesn't like operate on that kind of awkward phase in D&D where you meet in a cold tavern. There is kind of an assumption of you have met before, you have interacted. It might not be a great interaction, but you have kind of found yourselves commingled.
Perfect. I know how to introduce myself.
I accidentally made a mistake.
Hey, quick question. How much of a goofball am I allowed to have my character be for this?
0%.
As much as you want.
Based on your D&D character last time, none.
Yeah. None. Seconded.
Wait, I thought you liked the Bee Pope.
No one liked the Bee. Oh, the Bee Pope was fantastic. We all liked the Bee Pope. I meant the guy in OSHA who was just like off the friggin' walls. That guy was crazy. I don't even remember what he did. I just remember you were like,
oh yeah, he had
living it up. You're like Ruthie. I don't want you to have to. I don't want us to have to walk past all this stuff that you prepared. So you just like wandered into combat. I'm like, oh my god, this guy. And granted, it wasn't really fun combat, so I was like, I'm glad we did it. But he was just that kind of guy, where he was like, okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of chat housekeeping. All right, we got Oddish in the chat. Oddish is one of our mods here. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Oddish, what up?
Hey, Oddish.
Hello.
That's
Hello.
Ruthie and Hector, who you know as Beep Boop and Reshoot,
Hey.
are both here.
Boopity boopity.
Reshoot, I'm sorry, Ruthie will be doing acting as our GM tonight for our game of Urban Shadows, which is a tabletop role-playing game. That's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be playing some I guess for you guys, theater of the mind, kind of like cool urban fantasy, gothic horror, a tabletop RPG. So it's like a game that sort of functions, if you're completely unfamiliar with tabletop RPGs, sort of functions in a way to D&D, but it's not the same game system, so different rules, but same sort of like role-playing vibes. We're all going to be playing characters. We have to like at times roll to do actions, and we'll be interacting as our characters in these situations. I think it's my first time playing this game system, and I think it'll be the first time. Is it anyone else's first time?
No, I think you're the noob.
Okay, I'm the noob here, so it'll be my first time. They'll be helping me understand it, but it's going to be really fun. We're really excited about it. If at any point you're having trouble hearing the other folks in here, just let me know. I will raise their audio levels. And let's see, we got Vice in here. Hey Vice, what's up? Test out to see if the commands are working in chat right now. If
Where's
you
the friend
could.
cheese?
Yeah, where's the FC? We want to get some friend cheese in the chat. Friend cheese is one of our commands in here. I'm gonna do some what do you call it? Okay, Vice has got it working. Friend cheese is working. Vice, thank you for testing our bot to remind me to actually get our bot up and running for this thing. The bot just does little fun things in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna start spreading our message of love and peace to all the discords in the area so we can keep doing setup and getting ready. As we do that, it's going to take me about 5 minutes or so to do this, so we can just sort of chit chat about the game. And Ruthie, if you want to explain anything about the game to the people watching or anything like that, we can get started with that kind of stuff. Any sort of like, preliminary stuff, we can probably start now if you guys are ready.
Yeah, let me think. I really like Urban Shadows because it's more of a social RPG. D&D, I'm not a combat DM as Hector, much to Hector's chagrin. He's playing a fighter right now in our personal campaign, and he's suffering. But in this game, the fun thing is there is always combat. Because you see, I am fighting all of my players. I'm beating them up.
Yeah, you're the opponent, right? You're
Yes.
not the friendly DM like I try to be when I'm DMing, and usually, from my experience with you, also try to be like rule of cool. If it's fun, let's do it. And some DMs in Dungeons and Dragons are a little bit more, shall we say, pedantic and like, no, you're deviating from my story, so it gets a little different. But like, I think we try to. Both of us in our style try to make it, whatever's fun happens. But in this one, I think it's funny. I don't see you as a very antagonistic person, but the idea that you are our opponent to a certain extent makes me happy, just because I can't wait to see how it plays out.
And she gets to beat us over the head with Portland.
Yes.
Oh.
The setting of today is Portland. Can't you tell by this horrifying gothic nightmare before you on screen? It's
just the usual commute.
Old Yarnum.
It do be like that.
Old Yarnum. only on Saturdays at Old Yarnum.
Oh, Amygdala. Cosm, or some would say Cosm.
So when I was introducing the concept to Matt of like Urban Shadows, my literal description was, so how like in D&D it's an immersive team-based experience where you're not fighting your party and your DM to like have the spotlight, you're all sharing it together.
I'll still
throw that out the window.
I mean,
throw it out the window. That's not this. this game encourages me to make you all fight each other and hate me.
There's nothing you could do could make me hate you at this point. But just based on our Bloodborne streams together and you guiding me through, it's just us doing our thing while other people stare in bewilderment. What is this game? What is happening? Umbilical cords? Ew, this is gross. And we're like having a ball.
Eat it!
Eat it! You want the good ending, right? Eat the umbilical cord. Now that's a game. That is a fun game.
The logical choice.
Is every birthing portion of the hospital just a Bloodborne perfect run?
Speed run.
Yes, exactly. Gwyneth Paltrow's website is also a Bloodborne speed run. It's all the same stuff. You're getting the same advice there.
She's just like, give me eyes.
Both of those.
Grant us eyes. Grant us eyes.
Are you not covered in goop in both situations? Can we not agree? All right. So, so we're going to be set in Portland. You mentioned that, and what made you pick Portland as our setting besides just proximity? You're close to there, and you think it's a fun.
So Portland, it's kind of known. I don't know if anyone has seen Portlandia, but it's kind of been associated with weird stuff. So I kind of just like took that and pulled it to the extreme. In our private Discord, I wrote notes of like what you should expect of certain factions in the city of Portland.
Right.
So, for example, not that I want to spoil all the fun, I said hunters. It's not uncommon to see them in a food truck pod, which is like a group of food trucks, which is very popular in Portland. You'll see entire city blocks where no buildings. It used to be a parking lot, but it's just filled with food trucks now. But yeah, like at least one person running a food truck cart is probably a hunter. So like, if you're supernatural in some kind, you're probably not going to want to go to a food cart.
And my character is in the power faction, right?
Yes.
Okay, just to double check. I always get confused with factions.
Yes.
Because some of them are like, it sounds more like this.
Yeah, let me actually detail what the factions are. So there's 4 main factions, and then even then, generally like there's sub factions with like or at least when I do it, there's sub factions. So there's you got your mortality, but you have your aware mortality. Aware is one of the archetypes. It's your Bella Swan, your
Bella Swan.
Yeah, no, that is because she's like trying to figure out who the vampires are, right? She's like trying to understand the secret hidden world. That's the aware. Then there's the hunters. Hunters are like your Sam and Dean Winchester. They're trying to eliminate especially the harmful, but not always, supernatural creatures. They usually pick on one particular faction to kind of hunt down, and even then they might continue to niche it down further where like for example, like let's say there's a hunter, he only kills vampires. He's a vampire guy, right? Then you got your the veterans. Oh yes, veteran. So yeah, scholars. They're like the collectors. Your Warehouse 13. Your librarians.
And are the NPCs in this world can they also be our different character classes as well, or are they?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's how I tend to do it. There are people who don't know about the supernatural. They make up a good percentage of a given population, but there are secret ways that you can kind of know if someone's supernatural. You know, like for example, like I said with the hunters, they generally have some kind of insignia with an eye on it, just for our own sake. So you can be like, do they got the like uniform? Do they have the eye or like a tattoo or earring or whatever? And that's a way that we can kind of distinguish who's who.
Gotcha.
So that's the mortal faction. Then we got Night, and Night is your typical monsters. You have your werewolves, your vampires, and ghosts. Then there's also revenants, but I didn't include them as much because they're more in the They're in the expansion book, Dark Streets. After that is Power. That's like they're almost mortal. They're very close to being mortal, but they came into supernatural powers in another way. So the two main ones in the original book is the Oracle and the Wizard. So
I'm the wizard. That's not my voice. Let me do a new voice.
Is that your D&D voice? It sounds like it.
No.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Ruthie,
like-
I just want to mention real quick in the notes, I love how the ghosts are not liking the gentrification also.
yes, that's very Portland.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you got your oracles, your people. They are people who can see into the future. Then you have your wizards. They used to be normal people, but then they found out like how to use magic and harness that for their own power. The last one is wild, and there's two main wild things. There's the Fae and there's the Tainted. Fae's pretty self-explanatory. Tainted, you're going to become very acquainted with as we actually get into the game. They made a deal with the devil to do certain tasks, and yeah, they're just trying to survive that whole mess.
Oh man, I'm blanking on my my patron's name.
Oh, you wrote it down in
Oh
our
wait, I
Discord,
remember it
in
now.
our chat.
I just remembered it
And I need to
Uh,
write that down for my own purposes as well.
Not like I couldn't change it last minute and retcon it and say that's what it always was. That's the fun of it.
And I'd back you on that. That's what it always was.
On screen right now, you can see spoiler alert. I will be playing as a tainted, and there's a little drawing of what my character this type of character looks like. You can see this sort of slick dude with the shades and the sort of corruption around the edges. So sort of like a demonic influence, wise guy type guy, or goon of some sort. So that's an idea of like one of the character types in this in this game, and yeah, the Tainted are part of the Wild faction, like Ruthie said.
Yeah. Do you think this is a good segue to get into character introductions?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think we can start.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, Matt, or do you want one of us to go first?
I can go first. It might be fine. So yeah, my guy's name is Jake. He is a Tainted. He is sort of a slick customer who sits the back of like smoky bar rooms. He's kind of always smoking, but like not cigarettes. He's just, his body and eyes are kind of emitting a thin veil of smoke at all times. And he's got like little stubby horns that he uses. He covers up with his hair, and he's got claw-like nails that he's constantly trying to file down, and little leather wings that he hides beneath his jacket, which is like his prized possession. He got like a really nice suit like 8 to 10 years ago, and he has never. He doesn't have a ton of time or money to spend on upkeep of it, but he still thinks he looks good. It's like what he cares about the most. He's got sort of like a burning eyes behind his shades, which he uses. So he's kind of trying to keep in disguise, you know, because we're all kind of trying to keep a low profile, right? But one of the things about Portland is that the community will kind of help us in that way, right?
Yes.
People are a little bit
That was one of the-
clandestine.
Yeah, that was one of the city moves that I kind of laid out. It's this idea of keeping Portland weird. People aren't going to necessarily notice if you always smell like brimstone or like you have fangs, because there's a lot of weird shit in Portland. It's just like, if you transformed into an actual werewolf, somebody might say something, you know?
Right. If it goes beyond the pale. But there's also the aspect that you said as community watch, as one of the city moves, which is that neighbors watch each other's back. So there's a sense of community where people, for the most part, aren't gonna actively try to screw you over, I guess, unless they have a good reason.
Yeah.
So anyway, my guy is he has basically he's made a deal with a demon by the name of Rectus, and he runs jobs for this guy as part of their deal. He basically made this deal with the devil to get power, as you might do, or as you might have heard in ancient tales of this sort of thing. And so he basically is known for brokering demonic contracts and hiding demonic contraband, the kind of not so good demonic stuff that a demon might want in this realm. And yeah, he's just sort of a slick customer, a hustler. And is there anything else I should say about him?
May I ask a couple questions?
Yeah, go for it, please.
How long has Jake been in the city?
Let's see. Jake has been in the city. We did this stuff, right?
Yes, that is one of the intro questions. My next question is not an intro question. So.
Where did I... Oh, 16 years. 16 years is what I have here. So yeah, he's a local card sharp and hustler. He's been in the city for 16 years.
Also, Jake gets +1 to one of his stats, it looks like.
That I have not... Did I not put that on there?
Small fonts, I'm not sure, but I think so.
Small fonts?
Can
Oh, God!
Can
I will solve this for you, my king.
Can you show the screen
There.
so I can see it on?
There, now it's painfully large. Is that better? It takes up 2...
Perfect.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, +1 to one of your stats.
Yeah, yeah, both of your on your regular stats and on your factions, you need to increase one of those by 1.
Okay, I shall do that.
The power
now.
is yours.
The power is yours. Oh, wait. I already highlighted which ones I wanted to do on the left-hand side.
Nice.
I just haven't...
Oh, you did? Okay.
See, we did talk about
I switched
that.
it.
I highlighted it because I wasn't sure where to mark it, because I was going column by column as we were talking through it, but I just didn't do that. All right, so I
I
have
love how
done
all
it
of you
now.
guys are picking black and white images in our Discord to share character art.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh,
Wait.
beautiful.
Wait, I went to the wrong thing. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's that, right? Did I
And my
oversize
next
that?
question, if I may,
Go for it.
how does Jake feel about his demonic deal? Is he happy with it, or how's he feeling?
I feel like he's happy with the power he's accrued, but he is growing sick of being under someone's thumb. I feel like he is constantly being under someone's thumb in this city and trying to act like he's not. He wants to be the head honcho, and he finds himself constantly bowing to other forces and being the lackey of various people in this city while brokering deals, having to be the negotiator and the concierge of this of various factions is getting to him. I feel like he wants to borrow a phrase from the game, let it out more and be the guy who's, in control. And that's sort of like a smoldering thing within him where he's like, it's slowly burning, and he wants to he wants to be bigger than he is. He wants to be where the people are. I sang part of your world last time. It's still in my head. in my head, he wants to move to Florida and start a new life, but he doesn't. He feels so boxed in by his relationships in the city that it's probably not going to happen.
Love it. Okay, I think that's all the questions I have for you. Is there anything else you want to add, or are we ready to jump to the next person?
No, I think that's it. I mean, yeah, I think other stuff will come up as it comes up, so let's move on.
All right. Since we're going in order of least experience to most, Ben, do you want to go next? Mr. Peridot?
Sure. Yeah, so my character is one of the scholars. So it's a group, they're part of the mortality, but they have connections to kind of the more esoteric knowledge. They like to trade in knowledge and gain relics and ancient tomes. Usually have lots of connections. And my character particularly, Mr. Peridot, is actually based off one of my favorite old Twilight Zone episodes, based on a guy who has a suitcase that basically can hand you a random item, then it's exactly what you need. Basically, that's who he is. He's the kind of guy, a nice, friendly guy, helpful. Probably helped all of you guys out at some point or another. And willing to just give you that scissors you need at the right moment when your tie gets stuck in something and you almost get choked to death. The scissors are in your hand. How did it get there? So he's not going to be much in the fight, but maybe that random item he gives you is going to be helping make the difference. So a pretty simple, laid-back individual. Early 60s. In the 30s, he came to Portland from California. So lived most of his life here.
And if I'm not mistaken, in your preliminary notes, you mentioned, Ruthie, that Portlanders have a resentment for Californians. Has
Yes.
has Mr. Peridot had to deal with that?
That is a real life. It's a real life thing. I mean, if he's been in the city for 30 years, he is basically a Portlander.
Yeah, it's
Right,
fine.
right.
It's like people who move in within.
He doesn't
like,
admit
2
his
years.
past.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's what I was wondering, if that was something he had to overcome. So I'm also getting sort of a more mature, more seasoned, and less plucky Felix the Cat with the magic bag that just had, or perhaps Mary Poppins, where it just pulls stuff out, oversized. That's really cool. Which faction is he in?
Mortality.
Mortality. Okay, great.
The dark, unspoken past of being a Californian.
California. No, make it stop.
Let me tell you my dark secret.
Yeah. California, yeah.
I share that dark past. I speak not of it. 'Tis another world.
Oh, yeah. There's another city we dislike here in Portland.
Yeah, fuck Seattle.
Yeah, fuck Seattle.
You guys are jealous because they have Nintendo.
No.
We're weirder though. Have you considered that?
No. I think I have more strong feelings since our soccer team has a huge rivalry with Seattle.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been to Portland, but I have been to Seattle. I do like the Pacific Northwest forests and just the landscape there. I find like the look of the trees and all the hills and stuff to be really just beautiful and compelling.
Absolutely.
It was like I was only there for a wedding, and I was and Seattle's a really weird city insofar as like it is such a stone and metal, almost like it almost feels like completely devoid in some ways of the surrounding wildlife. It feels like very, very cold in some ways, but but yeah, just that I mean the mountain and just like everything around it, really cool. And just doing my Twitch diligence, there's a Grumpig in the chat. So if you guys love to catch Pokemon, we have Pokemon in our chat. totally inappropriate and in no way helpful to the mood we're trying to build. But it is it's a Grumpig, and that's a psychic type, and that is, grumpy. So that's kind of moody in its way.
I know I'll be focusing on for half the game.
Right? Every 15 minutes, it's like, oh my god, a Marini! Shut up, everyone! I need to catch this thing. I need to catch it. Poketch. I'm gonna catch it. So, Suspicious owlbear. Oh yeah,
now everyone knows my name.
Get your Pokepass by doing Pokestart ! Pokestart, and anyone in chat can play. And you got a Turtwig, yeah. That's how we do it. All right, back to the game, the matter at hand.
Yeah, the boring game.
The non.
I got the basic choice for a starter.
Turtwig?
Oh, Charmander, Char.
So, Mr. Peridot, may I ask you a couple questions as well?
Absolutely.
What was the arcane mystery that brought you into the business?
Mystery that I haven't solved or still trying to solve? What's it looking for?
Whichever you feel is more compelling. Whatever sparks inspiration for you. It's very open-ended.
I feel like I'm gonna go with my arcane bag, a giant suitcase I bought it at a used secondhand store, and every once in a while, I noticed some of the things in it just seemed far too useful to be explained, and then went up eventually to Portland and found a little bit. Maybe I have been to. Oh, what was the guy's name in your list? Where is it? Your NPCs. Wasn't there one that had an old was in Old Town? Yeah,
Old Town.
Winslow?
Yes,
Yes.
E. Winslow.
Yeah, Winslow.
Oh,
Yeah,
the pawn shop
maybe
guy,
E.
yeah.
Winslow a while back informed me of the greater world beyond.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then my next question, do you have like a magnum opus relic that you are trying to acquire?
Not off the top of my head, but I'll be thinking about it. Or if there's one you think would be a good answer, I am up for that as well.
No, it's entirely up to you.
I'm imagining a Rubik's Cube, but I'm not sure why. Maybe it's like a Rubik's Cube
not
with
a
an
Rubik's
infinity
Cube.
sphere.
The
Rubik's
Rubik's That was.
The
That
cube
was.
of Rubik's. It's a cubic Rube. It's completely different and much more occult.
I like it. Yeah, I like that idea. I don't know why, but there's a particular Rubik's Cube I need.
Is it like
And it's for myself. It's the item I need for myself.
Right. And is it like what's that? Oh, Sade, thank you for the subscription. Sade is one of our mods here. Lovely human being. Sade, I hope
love
you're doing well
Sade.
today.
Hi,
Yeah,
Sade.
she's a queen. She's a queen. It's Ruthie and Hector who just said hi to you, by the way. Ruthie is our GM tonight. As you know, Beep Boop and Reshoot, as you've talked to them in the
Beepity
chat
boopity.
before. But is this cubic Rube or Rubik's Cube, is it this thing like a Hellraiser puzzle box kind of thing, or is it more of a Indiana Jones artifact of mystery, or is it like something with some nefarious intent?
I would say I don't know yet.
But there's a particular Rubik's Cube that's like drawing you to it. Is that my understanding?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but I don't know why I know. And I need
Okay.
it.
Interesting. That's all the questions I have for you, unless you want to give anything else.
Perfect.
Okay. Seth, would you like to introduce us to yourself?
Seth. Yes, he is a creature of the night, a vampire or vamp, as they call it in this game.
Yes. Spooky.
How he looks, he just looks like Robert Pattinson from The Lighthouse. Very hipster with the mustache and 5 o'clock shadow, you know.
Did he know going into Portland he was like gonna blend in perfectly?
Right? Yeah, there's no difference whatsoever.
I mean, he's from like Astoria, Vernonia area. up
Okay.
there.
Okay.
So-
That's out. Vernonia's my neck of the woods.
Nice.
Vernonia?
Kinda.
And
Close to us.
I guess whatever, but like he's from like Astoria up there. What?
Okay.
How old is he?
He was turned at 35.
How long have you been 35?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he's a bit of a noob kind of vampire, probably like
Okay.
a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
Okay. I'm older than you.
were you in chat yesterday when I was playing Animal Crossing and had my Lighthouse tribute?
I did not see that.
Yeah, I've got a tribute with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe and Dead
Amazing.
Seagull, played by
Dead
Gulliver the
Seagull?
Seagull. Yeah, I've got
Oh my
a
gosh.
painting of Gulliver bleeding out in front of the lighthouse, and it's got Robert Pattinson and the "Why'd you spill your beans" face Willem Dafoe in front of it.
Why'd
It's
you spill your beans,
"Why'd
Tommy?
you spill your beans?" Great.
Why
great.
you
Great deranged movie. I tried to put as many deranged references in my Animal Crossing island as possible.
What are you talking about? It's so wholesome.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Yeah.
But
Anyways.
yeah.
35 turned 2 years ago. He's from Astoria. He lived in Vernonia as a lumberjack for a long time. He moved into the city just like 6 months ago. And I guess the person who told me was my former boss. As a lumber person, whatever. His boss when he was a lumberjack turned him. And and then he moved to Portland 6 months ago because his boss moved to Portland also.
Do you have a name for your boss?
I do not.
Do you want me to make one up on the spot?
How about his name is Colm?
Okay.
Like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or is that his name, or is that the name he gave you?
That's what I know him. That's what I know him as.
Okay.
Colm.
Did he force you, or was it a choice?
It was not consensual.
Did
Drink
anyone
your
else
blood.
get like a little turned on when he said, "Did he force you?" I don't know. I think I just discovered a vampire kink of some sort there. Did he force?
Kink of
I'm just like clutching at my collar like Angela Martin in The Office, where she's
clutching her
asking about
pearls.
Dwight.
Clutching her pearls. Yeah. Oh my.
Oh my god. It's so salacious, but do go on.
No, he was Seth had no say in it. It just happened, and Seth did not like that.
I'm sorry.
Seth does not like what happened.
So he resents his current lifestyle?
He doesn't, I mean, yeah, he resents it. He doesn't want to be how he is, but he has a thing that he has to take care of first.
Gotcha.
Ooh, mystery.
All right. I guess since he resents his lifestyle, I feel like it's only appropriate for me to ask: how does Seth keep his cravings in check? How does he not become a monster?
He volunteers at blood drives, and he steals.
I feel like we're always getting half as much.
Seth just no, don't put it in this one. This is my snack fridge. You're what? Nothing. It's fine.
He works for a company called True Blood. I thought that's what you were gonna say. Okay. There we go.
It's not porn. It's HBO.
Actually, just as a side, this isn't a thing here, but I just thought of it. He does not work at the place. He volunteers there. He's a bartender.
Okay.
He's a bartender at Matador.
Okay.
Can he still
God
enjoy
damn
drinks?
I'll get back to you on that.
hasn't tried it out yet?
No, I just think it's curious. Good question. I don't know what to say yet.
He's like he's like Sam Malone. He has a bar, but he can't drink.
He doesn't have a bar. He works at a bar.
My last question for you is: in your vamp moves, your eternal hunger, you don't have to drink blood unless you want to. So you can choose human blood, flesh, or emotions. Do you know which one vibes with you more?
You can drink flesh?
Wait, is this on the character sheet somewhere?
Yes. If you look at eternal hunger, the description says you hunger for human blood, flesh, or emotions. Pick one.
Oh, that's right.
So if you wanted to, you could even say like,
I mean, this is blood.
Okay. Classic.
Classic vampire. Let's go. Oh, the emotional one would be really funny because that's
Colin Robinson.
Yeah. What we do in the shadows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one do you pick? Sorry, Space.
He's doing blood.
Oh, nice.
I'm doing the classic vampire.
Classic. Blood. And I think that's all my questions for you. Katie or Hector, do you want to go next?
Katie, you can go first.
All right. I will be playing the character Luis.
We can't hear you, Kate.
You cut out.
Oh,
can you?
What? Hello?
Your volume.
Hello?
Push to talk failing me again?
No,
No, it just kind of like dimmed out.
Yeah,
and then
your
it came back.
volume like sometimes dips really low for some reason.
Might be a noise canceling being up too high thing, where it's like,
All right. I'm gonna blame it on cheap laptop mic, where if I turn away, suddenly everything goes away.
yeah. That's
Love
probably
that.
it.
Technology is wonderful.
All right, I'll make sure to stare intently into the microphone the whole time.
Perfect. What could go wrong?
Yeah. All right. Well, I am playing Luis. I have a little crow companion named Ghost. Don't mind them; they like to talk. Louise kind of looks like, she redhead, hair up in a bun, brown tinted glasses. Think generic librarian, but the librarian may want to stab you after hours.
You're
They're a hunter.
describing my ideal woman, by the way. Keep going. May want to stab me? Oh my god, she's perfect.
I know, right?
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, no, they're a hunter. They're doing their job, keeping all you weirdos in line.
And am I hearing correctly, Louise, pronouns she, they, or just she, her?
She, they.
Gotcha. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your prey?
Well, like most good hunters, I trained, learning how to hunt the night, but I found it is better, keep the wild in check. All their deals flying everywhere. That I work very hard to make sure that those little unawares have no idea what you guys are doing out there. I'd like to keep it that way.
That seems like a good person to have around, right? Covering my ass.
And how long have you been in the city there, Louise?
I've lived here my whole life, all 30 years. I spent a little bit of time out, wilderness Cascades, learning, how to be a hunter where there's not many prying eyes to get our little trade secrets.
All right. Let me see. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what made you become a hunter?
Well, becoming a hunter, it's it's a family trade, it's sort of passed down. You learn very early on, there's a very delicate balance that we need to keep. But I have my reasons, some close friends have been kind of affected by you wild folk. I need to make sure that you're okay.
Perfect. And I think that's all my questions for you. All right. Bartholomew.
Yeah, I'm Bartholomew. How goes it? I'm a wizard. I've been here for about 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this thing called anime. Do y'all know what an isekai is?
Isekai.
I'm sorry, a what?
An isekai, it's kind of like you go to like a normal world to a magical world. I'm like the opposite.
Like Inuyasha?
Gazunai. So no, no. So I've been here for about 2 months. You can find me at the raves a lot of times. I guess every city needs a wizard, and I guess it's my turn.
Is your character like actually from a fantasy world?
I am from a fantasy world. Yes, we used to fight. Although dragons aren't really a thing, they're like pets. We fight gnolls. Lots and lots of gnolls.
Stop ruining the setting.
I asked Ruthie for permission for all this.
He has my blessing.
You're destroying my reality. Actually, you're only deepening it.
So yeah, I've been here for about 2 months.
Yeah, what's been your?
Okay.
Oh, I look like a stereotypical wizard, except I got like I got the new Tims on. I kind of like it here.
I got a connection that I'd really love if you're okay with this.
Oh, for sure. Go for it, Ben.
However you wanted to come on your side, but on my side of things, I opened up my chest, or my briefcase, and I was like, oh, wasn't expecting to see you there.
I'm like, oh, hey.
That also raises an interesting question, which was that you, with the way your case works, it's like the room of requirement, right? Where it's like someone needs it, and so someone opens it. So that raises the question of who amongst us needed a wizard at that moment. Like, I could see myself being somebody who needed a wizard for some sort of specific,
well,
dealing.
I say I can get anything around this room if you need me to. I can reach all the nooks and crannies. I'm doing a good southern, like.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm trying to be careful stuff coming out. Accents are 50-50, and half the time I try to go for, like, for example, French, and then it sounds like something very racist.
French Creole.
I'm trying to go. No. Like, I tried to go French, and I think I accidentally did like a Japanese accent once. I am so bad at accents, so I'm just trying to be careful.
He can't do an English accent to save his life.
No,
I love you.
I love you too. No. Yeah.
So, how are you liking the city?
Oh, it's been fun. I love raves. And ramen's delicious.
What's your favorite club to go to?
I've never. Ed, what's the club you went to last week?
Casa.
I like Casa.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have candy in your beard? Is that a glow stick sticking out of that? What is this?
It's glow stick juice.
Ew.
Did you drink a glow stick?
I mean,
they are completely non-toxic.
He thought it was a potion.
It's a potion. Yes, where I'm from, it's a potion of glow in the dark.
Oh my gosh.
I hear you got questions for me.
How are you waiting? What do you do during when you're not at raves?
Oh, I work at a convenience store.
Wait, what's his name?
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. Okay.
All wizards talk like this, fancy. Okay.
One minute.
No, I'm Bartholomew. No, I already have my Bartholomew.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yours is just the only one not on the Discord thingy, so I'm just making a note of it in the general
Okay,
chat,
I was about to...
No, you're fine. Back into character voice. I do say.
I do declare.
That is how I have to get into the voice. I do declare.
When you were talking about trying to get into every nook and cranny around here, I was imagining you on, like, all fours somehow, like, using all of your fingers like a spider and just, like, needlessly sticking your nose on the ground like a bloodhound. I can get all over this place, I tell you. I was like, what? No one asked you to do that, old man. Stand up. You're creeping me out.
Well, like, you guys do. Is this a thing where you guys are, for the rest of you guys in chat are from, where it's like every city tends to have like a dude who's basically like the closest thing to a wizard? Like back when I went to college in Corvallis, we had a dude named Magic Mike or Dancing Mike.
Yeah. Dancing Mike's great.
I love Dancing Mike. Anyway,
I feel like
and then there's
a guy who looks like a wizard would fit in at the end of the bar, perhaps at what's his name? At Seth's bar. Perhaps as a regular.
Oh.
Yeah.
Matador is high class.
Yeah, I was worried about that. I was worried if it's not divey enough, maybe that's not going to work.
No, Matador is not a dive bar.
No, I've tried getting in.
You go to Matador to do, like the cool drinking, the sexy drinking kind of stuff,
I literally teleported in, and he kicked me out like 3 minutes in.
Yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit about some of the magic that you lay claim to?
Yeah,
Maybe about your sanctum?
All right, so my sanctum, it's my apartment.
Nice.
I
live in an apartment. Let's see here. I do declare. I do declare.
That just reminds me of The Office. There's been a lot of murders here in Savannah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to go for.
When he says, I do declare, I think of Knives Out.
That's correct. Yeah. So, I've already mentioned I can teleport. It's kind of fun. I can, I haven't lost a race in years.
I like it.
I can erase people's memories. That's kind of fun too. It's just like I can get like, hey, don't remember that terrible you messing up, asking that girl out? Whoop, you're good.
You should have erased her memory, not his. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, what's the fun of that?
She's still. Why is that girl so awkward with me? I can't remember. I should ask her out again. I mean, for the first time. It just erased the guy's memory every day. She's going slowly and saying, I already said no. No, you didn't.
First dates.
Yes, yeah, basically, yeah.
And then I can also I also have another special trick up my sleeve I'd rather not say for now.
All right.
Anything else you'd like to know?
No, I think
Mysterious voice in my head.
I think we're good.
All right.
All right. I believe that's everybody, unless I forgot someone. But there's only 5 people in the chat, including us. Shall we move on to debts?
Okay.
And for lovely chat, debts. This game doesn't revolve around petty capitalist currency. Yuck.
Wow.
No, this game is communism. So all the currency is in social contracts and debts.
Social contracts and debts. All right, got it.
Yeah, so on each of their character sheets, they have a portion where it's debts, and then it lists out like X person did this for you, or you did something for them. You owe them 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever debts. In our games, I have a little house rule where if for some reason a debt isn't vibing with you, if it's kind of a yuck, or it's just not fitting the character that you have in mind, you can absolutely switch it around. Just make sure, like, don't make it that people all owe you something.
Just the dickish player. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I don't have any debts anymore. Just
You
kind
owe
of
me,
min-max the
lamers.
role-playing game.
Yeah.
It's more fun when you owe everyone else something.
It is a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, does anyone want to go through their debts first?
I'll do it first if you don't mind.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, what is it? O's.
Could you read all 3 first? Then we can like kind of think.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Yeah, let's do that. What are you looking at? Oh, hey.
What?
Your character sheet's different.
I have a third.
You have an extra page.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen that.
I think it's because I don't know, maybe it's because wizard shit. I don't
Maybe.
know. Okay, so
that reminded me of D&D, where it's like, oh, also, wizards are way harder, even though it's the thing that you would think would be the most fun to play. And it kind of is.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
All
also,
right.
there's 20 more things to take care
No,
So
wizards are
someone's
really easy. Fireball all the time.
of.
someone's helping you
If
keep
you
your
play a wizard right, you can like just snowball into just casting so much damage
True.
at
It's
just like
so
level
good.
12.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
Yeah.
So someone is helping me keep my demons at bay. I owe them a debt.
Someone is helping you keep your demons at bay. That
Who
seems
wants
like
to owe who do it? Who be helping me out?
that sounds like something
Could you
I
read
would
all
do.
3 so we can kind of?
Okay, so someone's helping you keep your demons at bay. You
well,
owe
yeah,
them a
read them
debt.
out. Yeah, read them out.
Someone you
first.
should go to when you get into trouble. You owe them 2 debts.
Oh.
And you're helping someone keep a dangerous secret. They owe you a debt.
Where
you could
are
be
you reading from?
On his character sheet.
On character creation, on the left-hand side, looked at the lower part of that page.
That last
Gotcha.
column
Okay.
thing
All
on the
right.
column.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
And
No
I
problem.
can read out. I have all your character sheets, the templates in my book, so I can help as
Um,
needed as well.
you could be the one keeping, what's the one, the keeping a secret or something?
Yeah, you're helping someone keep a dangerous secret. They owe you a debt.
I could be that thing.
So Seth owes me 1 debt for keeping a dangerous secret.
Seth, what is your dangerous secret?
I think can you tell me, do you think it could be something you could tell us in the group chat for you, me, and Ruthie?
Don't tell
On
chat.
Telegram?
Don't tell chat. They will
Don't
use it
tell
against
chat.
you.
Okay.
Don't tell chat, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
just,
as soon as Vice hears about it, he will use it against you in real life. He's that kind of
in the
guy.
group chat of us two, or what?
yeah, the
Yeah.
reshoot.
Yeah, the reshoot
Oh,
Telegram.
reshoot. Oh, reshoot Telegram. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh.
Speaking of reshoot, listen to Reshoot Movie Podcast. Follow that link.
Make fun of me.
Yes, he wants to be made fun of for his bad takes.
He wants to 1v1 me.
In Sims.
And
In Sims, 1v1 me in
yeah.
Sims. Our Sims are just making out. What is happening?
Are we winning or losing?
Look at my tonguesmanship. I'm winning.
Yeah, give me your little secret. Give me a secret.
What is Blush Vice? What is that? Is that an anime porn game? Be honest. Be honest. Or wait, don't. Be honest, but not
I mean,
detailed.
if it's fun fact there, Matt, did you know Portland has a hentai theater?
Excuse me?
Like a movie
You guys-
theater that shows hentai all the
Yes.
time?
Exclusively hentai. Ed, you didn't know that?
No, it's not exclusively. They do it like once a week.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
I thought it was exclusive.
I did not know that. That's
Yeah, it's over by it's
Why
it's
am I
near-
surprised?
yeah, it's near Voodoo Donuts.
Of
Yep.
Of course
course.
it is. Of course it's near Voodoo Donuts.
You're practicing the dark
Can't-
arts.
yeah.
You're in the mood for
I-
hentai.
I would only think people who watch hentai are the people that like Voodoo Donuts, because Voodoo Donuts is actually disgusting.
Oh, are they?
You know what
Last
sucks?
time I played Urban Shadows, I played the Voodoo Man behind Voodoo Donuts.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And also, what sucks is I just had
He had Voodoo Donuts.
I had Voodoo Donuts yesterday for free. Someone gave me a free Voodoo Donut. Now I feel like a degenerate.
Were they bad?
Huh?
Were they bad?
I mean, it was like 2 days old, and it was like
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Just
it was cream filled. I wasn't a fan of it. Oh god, saying cream filled after hentai. Never mind.
There was a
Never
cream
mind.
filled hentai donut? This is getting
No,
off the
I knew
rails.
it. Goddamn,
I'm gonna switch the description to hot tub stream just to fit on brand with what Hector's going for.
No, but I've gone to Voodoo Donuts twice, and both times just did not like their donuts. They didn't
Voodoo
taste
Donuts
good at
is-
all.
It's kind of gimmicky, and also they don't treat their workers but really
Who's
great.
helping me keep
Blue
my
Star is the better one. But yeah,
Who's helping me keep my demons at bay? Who'd be good at that?
well, what are your demons?
I have the IRS is after me.
Only 2
I don't
months and they're already after you?
Yeah,
He has
yeah.
no social security card.
I have no social security
True.
card.
Oh, maybe it's not the IRS. Maybe it is like Homeland Security.
Yeah, no, Homeland Security is after me. I do declare I got.
I do declare.
I do declare I had a what you may call a skerfuffle where I won the lottery and they can't tax me.
Well,
That's
I
how
would
they
say
found
if
me.
it's supernatural, I could help you, but there are some demons even I can't help you with.
I mean, I told them I'm immortality, so probably I should be that one if it's IRS.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
helping you
So
deal with the real world. Like, I mean, you asked like, what's the lottery? Oh, it's this thing you choose right number. Oh, well, that's easy.
yeah, that's easy. 4.
right there. You can write it right there. 'Cause you got the extra page.
I owe Mr. Peridot for protecting me from Homeland Security.
Yes.
You did a fireball on the max, and somebody was like, "What the fuck?"
It's so
Like,
funny
look.
to introduce something so like not fanciful like Homeland Security. I can't think of anything that makes me feel less fantastical than Homeland Security, because it just makes me think of 9/11, and it's just and it puts me in such a like a George W. Bush era of time that it's like I can't think of anything less magical. Like even the Trump era feels more magical because nothing made sense. There was just so much nonsense happening that it feels like a weird dream state. But it's just like post 9/11, like oh, it could be a shoe bomb. Everyone put their liquids in the TSA thing. Like it just feels there is nothing magical about taking your belt off in a TSA line.
The
Okay.
magic of TSA lines.
It's just
That reminds me.
check.
No, I'm not gonna. Never mind. I was gonna say something.
And someone's your go. Oh wait.
Someone's to go to when I get in trouble. I owe them 2 debts.
That's me, baby.
Yeah.
That's my whole deal. Hey Tia, what's up, girl?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Who wants to go next on the debt train?
Wait, I owe you the debts?
No. Bartholomew owes you 2 debts. And you might also want to mark that down on your character sheet. I don't know. I can't see it right now because Hector's not showing it to me. But you might want to write down who owes you what.
Oh, and
Yeah, right there.
Right.
and I owe you a debt.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't have to write anything on mine yet.
It might be a good idea to have something written down just so you remember. But no, you don't have to, not in that section.
There's a note space that you could write it down in.
Oh, there is a note space.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
How many do you Bartholomew owe me? 2?
Yeah.
I owe you 2. I owe you 2.
Wait, what's the situation for keeping
When
him safe?
Bartholomew gets
Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay in your house after I actually lit that fireball during the molly off of the rave.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
See, where I'm from, molly is a type of candy.
Oh God. Oh jeez.
With the same properties, actually.
Yeah,
Same problem. Something about your air here just makes me I do declare makes out your candy poison.
Wait, so it took me a second. Okay.
Okay, great.
Does someone else want to go, or should I voluntold someone?
Voluntold.
Okay.
Just save the voluntold. You don't want that to happen. Okay. The third one, I think I want to change a little bit, but I'll tell you them. Okay. You're someone's hookup for relics and arcane items. They owe you 2 debts. My second one is someone has been tipping you off to your enemy's tactics. You owe them 2 debts. And then you scam. So what it says is you scammed someone out of something, which I don't really see as my character. But basically, I need to owe someone 3 debts. So what's something that I could owe someone 3 debts for?
Do you want to do me?
Well, and something I should also mention: if you can also take a mulligan and have an NPC owe you a debt as well. That is also an option. And Ben, with
I like to be deeply in debt to someone. That sounds fun.
You owe me 3 debts.
Absolutely.
What it could be, instead of scam someone out of something, the item that you gave that was supposed to help Bartholomew in this case didn't turn out as planned.
Ooh, I like it.
And then can we name that item? Because it sounds like this might come into play later.
So if I owe him 3 and he owes me 1, is that still true, or do I just owe him 2?
Yes.
Yeah, that is still true.
Okay, sounds good.
Mr.
Anyone want to do the I'm your hookup for relics and arcane items?
I feel like that makes sense for both Bartholomew, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, what about Louise?
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Actually, yeah, that makes sense with Louise. She's a hunter.
Yeah. So Louise.
You're gonna need silver and stuff like that.
I was holding off on that because
I can't hear you.
Can't hear Katie.
Turned away.
Sorry. I did again.
You have to picture
I was
yourself.
holding off on that because
you have to picture yourself in the '90s Batman costume where you can't turn your head at all.
What was I saying? All right, one of my debts is that someone keeps me supplied in stock, so I was holding off on that one to ask Mr. Peridot if that will be him.
I mean, we could just double down, and basically it's those 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to double down, and I owe you 3 debts now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because I'm sure there'll be situations where I need someone who could do something in a fight. And
I mean, you make sure I have my magical bullets, and then we'll work something out.
oh, you always know. Oh, and there they are.
So, Ruthie, we have a question from chat. T is asking, is this sort of like a D&D thing? How would you compare this to D&D, just for chat's edification? Like, what are the differences between this and D&D?
So imagine a D&D party, except there's little to no group cohesion. They basically are only working together because they owe each other something from their various previous misadventures with each other, and they don't have to cooperate. If, let's say, Mr. Peridot has a really cool hunter relic, he and Louise aren't going to barter to figure out who wins. They will duke it out to see how that resolves.
So
if Louise and Jake, yeah, it's a lot more interplayer hostile.
Also,
Think
less
college
tactical.
students working on a group project.
True.
Yeah.
We're all jockeying for position, right? Yeah, it's what would be seen as being toxic in D&D is sort of like par for the course, I guess, in this
Yes.
environment.
Yes.
It seems to be.
Yes.
Yes. By the end of the campaign, before it fizzled out, I was we were all at each other's throats.
Yes.
Like, I think I actually tried to kill one of the players to get what I wanted.
Yeah, if I remember
Ah.
correctly, with the longest game that we did at the very start of the pandemic, Ed and another buddy of ours, both of them saw their most precious people being, or like the people closest to them dying
Oh wow.
based off a portrait, and so they would. Both of them were trying to defend the portrait because the next time the portrait changes, that's when the person dies.
Look at how they massacred my boy.
Yes,
I remember that so clearly.
Yeah.
The guy who played the other character that saw the painting, he was literally playing Don Corleone from The Godfather.
right.
And so you just seamlessly add the quotes into the game.
It was the funniest shit you'd ever
The
see.
funny
Yeah.
thing is the portrait was his son Michael dying.
At this point,
Yeah.
Ruthie hadn't
How
seen
they
the movie.
massacred
Yes.
me.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
So I guess last one for me was someone has been tipping me off. I owe them 2 debts. Who should I owe?
I think I'd hear stuff at Rick. I don't know. Is that fine?
You already have.
No, I don't have one.
We have 2 between us. I think it should
Yeah.
be someone
No,
else.
do we? Wait, I
Yeah.
thought you gave that one to Seth, to Katie,
But you.
Mr. Peridot.
Yeah, but you do have a.
Oh, I owe Mr. Peridot. Right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I think that makes sense for me, just because I would be in
Awesome.
the know as like a
Yeah.
gangster
Right.
kind of guy.
Absolutely.
In terms of, so I've been tipping you off about what exactly?
About-
let's see.
Enemies. Let's. Oh, nope, that's the wrong book.
Yeah,
something
enemies tactics.
Yes.
Owes me 2
Yes.
for tipping off about enemy tactics.
That's all for me.
I feel like this would be better here.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go.
All right.
So my 3 are: someone makes sure I get fed regularly. I owe them 2 debts. Someone relies on me for their fix, whatever that means. They owe me a debt.
There's so many ways that can go.
Yeah, and then someone bears responsibility for you becoming a vampire. They owe you a debt. So that's
That
the
one's
weird
claimed.
one. Yeah, but like, yeah, that one's claimed for Colm.
Right.
So that the NPC owes me a debt. So the 2 that I have are, hold up.
And I will say, for someone relying on their fix, so the idea behind the vampire's character archetype, the archetype, is that you have a web, so you're kind of wheeling and dealing a lot like what Jake is doing, but like the idea is you're kind of the spider in the middle of the web. You're always manipulating people to get what you want out of them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Someone makes sure I get fed regularly, and someone relies on me for their fix.
So basically, it's like your fix, or I'm sorry, that's fed regularly, meaning vials of blood.
Yes.
Yeah, someone
Okay,
makes sure I
gotcha.
get what I need regularly.
Should neither fit for me.
What-
I mean, I was thinking maybe Jake, since you're a mobster, gangster.
For
You can
getting you the
probably-
blood, yeah, because I deal with
Yeah.
artifacts anyway. I feel like there's a through line there.
Okay. So I owe you 2 debts.
Okay, great.
And the last one is someone relies on me for their fix.
Katie, were you going to say something earlier?
I was just gonna wonder if it would be, within a hunter's interest to keep a vampire fed so that they don't go on a biting spree.
Oh,
That does track.
that is true.
If you want to take that one, then you can take it. It makes sense.
And then, Jake, you could, Matt, sure, Jake, you can take the relies on Seth for your fix.
Yeah, that's right, because my character's a coke addict, so.
No.
And as a bartender, you probably have a coke hookup. It just seems like a more practical thing that demons probably wouldn't.
So you owe me
way better than Pepsi.
Oh, no.
Good choice.
Yes, you owe me a debt. Jake owes me one debt for supplying coke, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What am I looking here?
Oh, and when you say coke, you mean Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah, exactly. Delicious. Delicious.
Yummy.
But like original
Coke
recipe
Zero.
with cocaine. It's just best of both worlds.
Right, by my calculations, it looks like we are tied for last with Louise and Jake. Which one of you guys want to go first?
Louise, why don't you go
I
first?
could go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I already got one of mine settled, so I just got 2 more debts to mark off here.
All right.
Someone has enlisted you to protect them from something very dangerous, and they owe me a debt.
Oh.
Which one of you guys?
There's a real cool interaction we could have here. But I can't say it out loud.
Give it to Seth. Give it to Seth.
Well,
Yeah.
no, you're giving it the protection. You're not giving it to me.
No. But I'm saying, like, do it. I think Katie and Ed should be working together on this one. Like, they should be connected for this bit.
Your character would take protection from a
Oh.
dirty hunter?
I did not see your guys' character arts until now. Wait, I'm going to put these
But
up in
no.
the stream.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to not give away too much because you told me to not give this away. But no, you
I mean,
don't owe me a
You
debt.
could just DM me if you need to, but we could just
Yeah.
say vaguely
Okay,
you owe
well,
me a debt for something, and then you can
I'll DM you.
RP it out later.
I'll DM you real quick about that.
I don't know the way this is like
Since I know
gigantic.
what the thing is,
No.
Seth and Louise, what it might be is instead of protect them from something, it might be that Seth is asking for help hunting something. Is that an appropriate
That's
way
better.
of
That can work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a reflavor of it. That works.
Sure. Yeah.
The first one is Peridot, right?
yes,
Yes.
my beautiful face.
So that
And
means
then Seth.
I owe you, right?
Yes.
Oh, so I owe you 3 debts now because I forgot that.
Oh yeah, no, you owed me a debt before. And, feeding your fix.
What?
Yeah.
Apparently my character is very familiar with your character.
Okay.
Gets to Portland, immediately meets a hunter. Nailed it.
Perfect.
All right, and your second debt?
My other debt, you consider someone a friend even though the friendship keeps bringing you trouble. They owe you a debt.
Oh, please.
that sounds like way accurate.
That is perfect.
Yep.
So I owe you for.
They owe you a debt, yes. So yeah, you owe.
Wait, I owe.
Yeah, you, Bartholomew, owe Louise a debt. For
You are my
bringing-
friend, but you keep dragging me into trouble.
Oh God, I'm glad. You and I riff really well off each other. I'm glad.
All right, it's time. Matt, I'm voluntolding you. What are your debts?
Okay, 1 second. I'm just finishing putting up these fine images of our wonderful characters up
Oh,
here.
and Louise, do you want to share your character art that you made?
Do I want to share my 4 a.m. scribbles? Of course.
Yes,
Give
you
me a
do.
second here.
Do it.
Do it.
No, it's
No,
fun.
she's a really good artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are 4 a.m. scribbles, so take it how you will.
Okay, so
You gotta say, however, your profile picture on Discord, the 2 crows, super cute.
Thank you. I did not draw that. That was a gift someone made for me.
Damn.
It looks like your style.
It looks like your artwork. Yeah, it looks like your art style.
Is that Kaisho? Is that Kaisho's art?
No.
Oh, okay.
Who's Kaisho?
Tabby.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we've got. Hey, what the heck? I love being an old man about this stuff. I don't know when it happened, but it definitely did at some point. Okay, so for reference, we have Paradox is the gentleman in the fedora above my head. We've got Seth, who's the Robert Pattinson type. Bartholomew is this wizard-looking wizard. And my guy, for lack of having additional art, is just going to sort of look like his basic character template, which is there. And we can see that. So we've seen that before. He's going to look like that.
Oh, that's really good art.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, let's see.
The face on the shaded one went really wonky.
Yeah, but I like it. It's a good perspective.
It's a really
Okay,
good
we've got the okay, gotcha. I'm going to take this.
Oh, that's cool.
Wait, so the crow's name is Ghost?
Yes.
That is Ghost. Ghost has a voice. You may hear them later.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm the wizard looking like a wizard.
Wizard looking wizard.
Yeah.
It's a ping, right?
Like the kids say in Star Wars. That's very.
Are you behind being the? Are you the mud wizard that showed up that one?
Yeah. Oh, don't. I can't. I do believe I can't mention that.
Ah! Why so big?
Oh, sorry. You need me to resize it?
It's not your fault. It's my fault. I'm just not sure how it's my fault.
Okay.
Discord usually yells at me when it's too big. I'm sorry.
Hey, chat. My accent is coming out like an old man yelling at clouds, right?
No, It's coming out like Hector being Hector. That's how.
Okay, good. Enough.
Hector with funny voice.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm always worried it comes out sounding like really bad, like really.
No, it sounds good to me. Being
okay. No,
yeah,
just make sure I'm not being like doing an accidental bad voice. I shouldn't be, or
No, it's not. It's not like grating or anything. It's not.
No.
My character sounds like this. It just sounds like someone doing a Toad impression.
I meant doing like an offensive stereotype.
Oh no, you can't offend.
It sounds very tame for an
okay.
Yeah, good.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
Tia's upset in chat. I think that's actually her accent in real life. So yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
I do believe. I'm sorry, Tia. I'm not gonna apologize.
Hector, at least it's not as bad as my southern accent last time we played Urban Shadows.
That was fun. That was fun, though.
The southern ghost with the murder horse.
Southern Michigan.
Minnesota. Oh no, you really are. Oh no.
Southern
Missouri.
Ghost.
No, Missouri is MO. Right? Michigan is MO.
Michigan.
That's not the South.
She's from B country. Okay.
All right.
So we'll do my debts. Yeah, let's do a shout out B-Luxy right now in case. I know she gave us a shout out earlier with B-Luxy. If you don't follow her, please give her a follow. She's wonderful. If you're into Pokemon especially. Okay. Another fun Michigander, now a New Yorker. So my debts are, you're protecting someone from a dark power. They owe you 2 debts.
And again, this game is very esoteric, so it doesn't have to mean like, ooh, big bad Sauron. It could be like kind of an Umbrella Academy situation where maybe you're even protecting them from their own abilities. It can be really vague, or you can reflavor it however much you need to.
Or the TSA could be the dark power.
The TSA. I'm in this, my personal understanding of this was that the dark power is my patron. And my patron has an interest in a specific person or a type of person. I was thinking it's someone in the group who might be my patron might want to make a demonic contract with, and I'm protecting them from getting this deal because I know the downsides of it and how much it sucks to have them over your head all the time. And so I'm protecting them from that. So I think it's whoever I would think it would be either maybe I don't know. It could be anybody.
Do you want to just roll the dice?
All right. But what does each die represent or number represent?
I don't know.
Everybody pick a number.
I pick one.
Okay. Hector 2, Louise 3, and
Ghost 4.
Ghost
Seth
4.
5.
Yep.
5.
6. It's myself. It's my alter ego. I don't know.
6 on a reroll on a 6.
3, Louise. So, is that right? It's Louise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because Ghost is 4.
so the Dark Patron perhaps wants to kill Louise because they're a hunter, right? And a hunter must hunt.
Oh, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Non-zero chance of demonic patron trying to murder somebody.
Okay, so Louise owes me 2 debts.
Don't forget to write that down.
I'm writing it. 2 debts for protection from Rectus.
Actually, that makes it really interesting since my hunter aims for wild.
Oh yeah.
The wild faction.
Right.
Oh.
And that's why Rectus is after you, because Rectus knows that specifically, and I'm trying to keep you alive. Perhaps because of this, I don't know if it's just a law of equal exchange here, but someone is trying to save you and keep suffering for it.
That would also very much be my character.
Right? Doesn't that kind of make sense that we're in this this terrible star-crossed agreement between factions where it's like we have some friendship, maybe we're like, I don't know, friends from way back or something, and like there's some sort of like we're on opposite sides of this war basically, but like
My character is trying to drag you out of it, and your patron is trying to kill my character.
Right.
Do it.
Tale as old as time.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like the beast takes on a whole new connotation with that, though.
Yeah.
True. Let it out.
Like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
That's all of them.
Yeah.
The last one's the Demon Patron.
Yep. Rectus who owes you 3.
Or you owed that to Rectus 3, but yeah, it's fine.
Bartholomew owes me 2. Peridot owes me 2. I owe Seth a debt, and
You owe Rectus 3.
I owe Rectus 3, and then Louise and I each owe each other 2, basically.
Yeah.
So they cancel out. Easy. I owe Louise 2 for trying to save me.
Yes.
So
last part.
basically, Louise is trying to kill Rectus, right? Rectus is, and because by killing Rectus, that would free me, right? And I'm trying to keep Rectus from killing her in the meantime.
My character suddenly has an overarching aim. I love this.
This is crazy. It's like, and it's also an incredibly tense situation, right?
Oh
because
yeah,
it's like,
that's the whole goal of Urban Shadows, just to like make you tense and upset.
oh boy. Okay. Yeah, it feels like it's a show now.
Except for Rave Wizard.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Okay, in my defense, when I made the character,
I
was
thought,
told
what's funny?
I was told it was. Well, no, I was told what we do in the shadows.
Right, that is
And then I
true.
went and made it serious.
That she made it serious, and I was like, I'm too deep in.
I
want
committed
to
to
play.
it.
I just want to play wizard. I never play wizard in anything. I want to play wizard.
Sunk cost fallacy.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm already in
Yep.
too deep.
But it works. I don't know. I feel like it will work in a moment. And before we actually get into the gameplay, I'm sorry, chat, we haven't gotten into the gameplay. This is the last piece of housekeeping. The first level advancement. It's time for a gossip sesh.
Yay!
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And Hunt, can you go to your character sheet? I think on the last page. Just wait, one up. Second to last page, apparently.
Session
Let's
intro.
see.
Advanced
Yeah.
moves.
Session intro. So at the beginning of every session, announce which character your character trusts the least. This player will spotlight a faction for your character that isn't already marked. Mark that faction. That's how you level up. I can explain in a moment. Tell the MC, that is myself, about a rumor or a conflict that you've heard about with that faction, building on previous established information, if you'd like, and roll with that faction. On a 10, you're prepared for that conflict.
And we roll a d10?
No, 2d6.
86.
Can we
What's up?
So we're all naming the person we trust least first?
Yes.
I'll start with I trust Mr. Perliot the least.
Paradigm.
Oh, I trust you the least too.
Aww,
Peridot.
that's so
Aw.
romantic. Wait, Vice, what did you do to my
I know.
emote? Vice, you can't squash Link like that. What is happening? Look at chat. He's made this squat, like Paper Mario-ized Link. What is happening?
Ow!
Well, isn't that one of your things, Matt?
Yeah, but I didn't expect it to be perverted in this horrible fashion. I thought it would be. I thought he would just put some cool sunglasses on Link, not smush him like he'd been stepped on like
Link
Mr.
wants to
Bill.
be a short king, we can let Link be short
He's
king.
a short king. Oh yeah. Wait, do you follow
you
that?
can send messages
Who's
with
that?
Morse code using this now.
Jackie
Oh yeah!
Oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
tits
Duck
and
and
tots.
dashes.
Oh my
Ed, were you about to
god.
say something? Sorry.
Matt, is that the Hollow Knight hoodie?
It is the Hollow Knight hoodie, the famous one. It's got the zipper that is the
Oh.
nail, and it's got the emblem here. I don't know if I
Oh,
can see
cool.
it.
I recognize it anywhere.
Can you see the on
Yes.
the back?
Oh man, that's sick.
Oh, that's rad.
And
Sorry,
we
sorry.
also
Let me
have-
do-
We also have. Now that we're on this tangent, I've got to do this. We also have. Oh, just in time for Silk Song. It's Hornet, and we got the knight right here, and of course Jeffrey Grubb himself.
Adorable.
Amazing.
The Grub.
Aww.
Does he squeak?
Why? Don't say just in time for Silk Song. We all know that's never coming out.
It's just in time. I told you.
Perfect.
I was at the bar and this girl, a hostess, was like, "Oh, I like your hoodie." I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks." I thought she just liked the design. She's like, "I can't wait for Silk Song." I'm like, "Fucking marry me! Get over what is happening." A human woman outside of the internet knows what this is. This is crazy. This doesn't happen.
Crazy. Okay, but I trust Mr. Peridot the least because we have had a kind of smooth sailing acquaintance since we don't owe each other debts, I think.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
don't really know each other.
Yeah, so that's why I trust you the least, because things are going too well.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you, so what is a rumor about mortality, and we'll get to Mr. Peridot with Knight in a moment. What is a rumor about a conflict? What's going on?
Remind me, like, what mortality is as, like...
That's like humans. So, like, the
Humans.
aware, the hunter, the veteran, the scholar.
Mm,
They are
Um,
entirely flesh and blood human people.
a rumor about humans.
Slurpuff
A
in the
rumor
chat.
or a conflict. And you can use the information in the notes that I have provided, or you can make up something totally new.
Forgot the notes here.
And there's NPCs you can even mention.
Or equipment.
Huh?
Or equipment. You can get equipment.
You get equipment?
If you roll, once you do the roll. I lost the page.
Oh, it's 3.
Wait.
Or 4.
So do we need to roll before making the rumor? Is that how it works?
No,
No.
make the rumor, then roll.
roll. I'll say that the rumor is that someone is plotting I guess a coup against Don Giovanni.
Don Giovanni is... Oh, so who's plotting the coup?
Someone? Do I have to name it?
I mean, if it makes my life easier, but you don't have to.
Why don't you message the DM?
For real?
Let's say Jake. The rumors that Jake is trying to plot. To
I
become the
would
next-
never. I would
King.
never. In a
But that's the
million
rumor.
years. It's just a rumor.
It's-
It's a stupid
yeah,
fucking rumor.
exactly.
Who cares?
It's just
Okay.
a rumor. All right, I'm
We
gonna
don't
roll.
need it. My
Right?
character is Rocket Raccoon, by the way.
I got a 9.
My hands
I got a-
You
don't
got a 9?
scan.
Okay.
I got a freaking 9.
Huh?
Can you show me the thing, hon? I can't. I don't have a paper. I need to
On a
see.
10 plus, you're prepared. On a 7 through 9, you're neck deep in it. You owe someone in that faction a debt, and someone in that faction owes a debt to you.
Okay, so that is a wild faction. Let me see. So wild names. You can choose Jake, or there's several NPCs you can choose from. There are the Fae. Technically, there's 4 for the Fae. I've got the queens and their royal counterparts. So there's Summer, Winter, Sprig, and Autumn, and
Oh my
Lilith,
god.
who is a tainted.
I'm neck deep in it. So someone in the wild. No, it's just gonna have to be Jake. And I mean, no. Let's say. Wait, hold up. What did this say again?
7 to 9, you're neck deep in
You
it. You
owe
owe.
someone in that faction a debt, and someone in that faction owes a debt to you.
Da-da, da-da. Or dud it? Dud
Let's say. I heard the rumor from the little Fae for the 4 Fae.
I wish you hadn't brought up
So-
Umbrella Academy, because I heard a rumor. That fucking show.
So then I heard the rumor from them that means I owe them a debt.
Either or.
Either or.
Whatever
Yeah,
makes the most sense to
I'll
you.
owe the Fae a debt, and I'll say Lilith owes me a debt.
Okay.
I'll come up with why exactly later. But...
Vice is
All
saying
right.
something in Morse code. I'm scared.
Peridot, it's your turn.
Cool. So I'm gonna do something now about, is it night? Is that what it was?
Yes.
A rumor about night that I have to try to figure out about?
Whichever.
Okay.
You gotta keep Vice Phoenix clean. It's just a child. Starting Adventure Space Jam with 2 players. No, Sade! Don't dox me short. That's the reverse of doxing.
Ben? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think I gotta tie into the gentrified ghosts. That's just something that needs to be tied into.
Right, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ruthie, got any thoughts connected to that?
Yeah, they're referred
Otis
to
says... I'm sorry, go ahead.
they're referred to as stolen breath. If you're looking for a specific ghost, the NPC I have listed is Hiro.
Mhm.
He was a Japanese-American sailor who was murdered about 100 years ago.
Yeah, I think that there have been some transients who've gone missing in Portland, and the rumor is Hero's connected to it. I don't believe it, though. Or something else. Just throwing that out. Ooh.
I found some music. I didn't know, Ruthie, if you wanted me to put it on in the background or it would kill your vibes, but I did find some music that might be good for...
Yeah, do you have a link
Mysterious.
to it on YouTube? I can use our Vexara bot. I think you have that configured already from when we did. Did I do music in the IKEA?
I was just going to throw
Yeah.
it on background of stream, but yeah, we could do that
Oh.
too. I mean,
Yeah,
it's up
however
to
you want to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be best to just do it in your stream, because I think Vexara plays it at 100 volume, and I don't want to deafen you and your audience.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just going to throw it here, and if it sucks, I haven't really vetted it yet, so...
We haven't heard it because we're playing. Aren't.
Yeah, we're on a different sound
Channel.
system, so we haven't heard any of the cool sound emotes I'm imagining you are using.
Yeah, the Vice has been nice this time. No crazy stuff yet.
But now that you've pointed it out.
Yeah, now it's just going to be all downhill.
Yeah.
I just realized I have channel points. I can start spamming you with sound alerts.
You can start
You can make 'em
disrupting your own game with channel points.
Worth it.
Just start applauding it whenever my character speaks, you know?
Alright, so we have 2 rumors. We have 3 more to go. Who's next?
I can go
Rumor
next.
honey
Alright, who
bombs.
do you trust?
Oh my god, mods are modding.
I
I'm in
don't
love.
I do believe. I
Third
don't.
page.
Yeah,
You
third
lost
page.
it. You lost your accent. We've got to find
I do
it.
believe.
I do believe you lost it.
I do believe I lost it. No,
I do believe
I
we're
dare
naked
say.
by Funky Sue, Funky Do.
I dare say. What the Kentucky Fried Fuck are you talking about, Troy? No.
It's just a crystal, nothing more.
PG-13. That was your last time you can say that.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the point.
Nine
one
problem,
F-word.
comrade.
Only get one.
Okay.
Hector stole it. Okay.
No, I do believe. I don't trust. I'm forgetting people's names. I don't trust Louise. I know she's gonna get me back.
Okay. So
Luis
what's
is the only one I truly trust.
Probably a good choice.
What have you heard about mortality? And don't forget to roll.
All right.
I
Oh,
need
and
to
then
roll
don't
too.
forget to roll.
I got 9.
You got a 9? Okay.
Well, actually, it's night, so that might change things, right? It's your roll plus or minus mortality, right?
Yes.
Or
I got a
minus-
9 plus mortality, which is 1.
Okay, so
So
you
I
got a
got
10.
I got 8.
Oof. No, I got an 8. I got a 10. So I don't trust. I think Louise is gonna prank me again.
Well, it doesn't have to be Louise. It's more
Okay.
of like a overall faction
Okay.
thing.
The rumor I've been hearing. My bad. I miss her.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Well, you now trust Louise.
Yeah, that's how it starts, and then it's
Uh.
rumor or conflict about that faction.
I think they're gonna try and get rid of. They're trying to gentrify in a sense and get rid of magic. People magic.
The mortality in general?
Yeah, they're gonna try and get rid of magic people like me.
Power faction. You mean?
Power faction. Yeah, they're gonna get rid of power.
Okay, and you rolled a 10.
Yes.
You got a debt on someone in the faction, or a useful piece of information or equipment. Your choice.
And useful piece of information.
Okay.
What's the information I can write down?
Great question. Maybe it's that you know the locations of where hunters are throughout the city.
Okay, that's good.
And, Mr. Peridot, you rolled an 8, and that
Yeah.
means that you owe a debt to somebody in the Night faction, someone owes a debt to you.
It could be Hero, I suppose.
Okay.
He
Oops.
seems like a nice fellow, and I'm sure it's not him.
Have you encountered Hero before? Have you met him?
Yeah, more than once, I'd say.
I'm going to give you guys the link to the playlist just in our Urban Shadows info chat, because it's good. It's really good for what it is. It's just like perfect video game
Dark
suspense.
ambient.
Yeah, it really is. It fits so well. I literally was just like, this, and it actually works. So we lucked out.
Nice.
I've loved doing that whenever I play games. I run games.
Does he know English well?
Yes. So he was born in San Francisco, but his parents were Japanese immigrants.
We can talk fine. Excellent.
He might have a lot of 1920s slang though.
I got a flavor idea if you're okay with this.
Okay.
He has trouble talking in his corporeal form, so we talk in salt, writing messages to each other.
You talking what?
Salt?
Salt.
Oh! that was your gift to him. It was a thing of salt so he could scribble messages.
Yep. We messaged each other in
Gotcha.
salt. Yeah.
I like it. All right, we have 3. We have 2 more. I believe it's Louise and Jake left over.
I could go.
All right.
Mr. Peridot, remind me, which faction are you again?
Mortality. Like you, I think.
Yes.
Of course. I would say the one I trust least is Mr. Peridot, because there is no good reason why a member of Mortality should have such a magical item on them. They are getting those items from somewhere. I will figure out where.
I like it.
All right, and are you rolling your 2d6?
That is a 7.
No, wait. And plus,
Did you add your mortality?
Oh, okay, that's an 8.
All right, and can you
Wait, was I
give
supposed to
everything
add something to my roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, you add your
Not
the
as bad as
faction.
what-
Whatever.
Oh, it's the same thing, 7 through 9, so.
Yeah. No, you don't want to roll below.
You owe
a 7.
someone and you
Yeah.
and someone owes you.
And what is the rumor about mortality you've heard?
The rumor on mortality that I've heard is that some of the aware folks may be, trying to spread things a bit too much, getting the unaware people to be more aware and kind of breaking that blissful ignorance that we have.
I like that.
Wasn't there a guy that's doing that in your notes?
Yes. So there is somebody with a modified voice. They use like some kind of modified, like that voice scramblizing, synthesizing technology. Jumping Jenkins. They run a podcast called Big Watch, like Bigfoot.
This is Big Watch.
Yeah, Big Watch.
Oh, I like it.
And it's a conspiracy podcast. Which is funny because there is a podcast that we know that is local.
Oh yeah, we
went
do.
We went to Comic-Con and we almost talked with Stop Thinking With Your Butt.
They're a
They're a local
podcast.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy theory podcast. So shout out to them. All right, Jake, you.
Okay, I trust Bartholomew the least.
Okay. And you're gonna take your 2d6 and roll that, and we're gonna after that you can determine. Or well, you can do it either way. You can come up with your rumor or conflict.
I rolled a 4.
Oh!
So you are caught flat-footed, unprepared, or unaware.
Oh
Who's coming
no.
at you?
Yeah. So
Ooh.
what's going on with mortality? Actually, now that I think about it, there is one person in mortality we have discussed. You gave me this NPC.
Don Giovanni?
Don Giovanni.
Is after you. Oh.
Yeah, Don Giovanni wants
Oh.
my head on a stick.
Because you're planning the coup.
I'm
no,
not
Don
planning a
Giovanni-
coup! Where you hear this about a coup? This is what's gonna get me killed, is people talking about this.
I keep telling you, stop mentioning the coup.
I didn't say coup! Who said coup? Not me! I'm not a pigeon cuckoo kajoo! What are you talking about? Everyone else saying coup!
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything, man.
You guys are cuckoo for cuckoo puffs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Don Giovanni, he's feared in supernatural communities all across the Pacific Northwest. He has an uncanny ability to understand just what makes them tick, their hopes, their dreams, and their deepest fears. All tools that can be abused for his gain. Anyone who crosses him has a high likelihood of being found by less than friendly hunters.
Hunter must hunt.
Alright, so, Jake, what is a rumor or a conflict that you have heard?
I think I would like to incorporate Louise somehow in this, because she's also in the, what do you call it, faction?
Mortality.
What do you think her relationship with Don Giovanni is? As
That's
they're
a
in the
great
same
question.
faction.
Louise, how do you feel about Don Giovanni?
He touched my bird. I will shoot him for that.
Yeah. I feel like this is part of our complicated relationship, is that I know that Don Giovanni has it out for her as well. And so I said if he does anything to her, I'm going to kill him, sort of as like a drunken or coke-addled aside. And that rumor got back to Giovanni that I'm planning to kill him. Like, it went from something I said out of anger to an actual threat to Don Giovanni. So now I'm on his short list too.
And that's probably where the rumor about you starting a coup came from, if you're going to kill him.
Exactly.
Like if you,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it all gets traced back to that. So I don't think I actually have a formal plan for a coup in place, but I definitely don't like him, and now that secret is no longer a secret.
Okay. And we've gone through all 5, so please make sure that you marked on your character sheet which faction that
the faction sheet. It's on character creation page.
Yeah. Can you show me Shore's page, hon?
Yeah, give me a second.
It's on stats, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's on stats.
Or
factions,
on factions.
Factions.
Yeah, you see that little box that's right next to the word itself?
Oh yeah. Wait, so I was supposed to add knight to my roll?
No, you want to add mortality. No, wait. Yeah, mortality.
No, I picked wild.
Oh, you picked what?
Yeah.
It is
no, that one, faction. Yeah, that one. Right where your mouse is.
Yeah.
Sure. That's the one you want to pick.
Yeah, that little itty bitty box.
Next to it.
On on that first page. Or no, second page.
Second page.
There that's this page, yeah.
Up
on factions?
Yes. There's
which one? Tiny box next to the words.
Gotcha. And I'm marking mortality on this?
Yes.
As what does that signify?
So once you mark all 4 of those, that's when you get to pick an advancement.
Gotcha. And so that's just a mark that signifies that I'm making
that you have it worked. You've been involved in that faction somehow, and this will play out later.
Understood.
How do we mark them during the session? Is there a way, or is it only once per session?
It's once per session.
No. The session intro is just one way that you can do it. If Hector or Shore could scroll down to the faction moves. Each time you use one of these faction moves, hit the streets, put a face to a name, or investigate a place of power, depending on which NPC or character you're reaching out to or interacting with, that's when you can mark a faction. Debt moves, when you cash in a debt, you get to mark the faction. Or when you're doing a debt, as long as you're not refusing the debt, you can gain faction. But if you refuse the debt, don't mark the faction.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright, are we ready to begin?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Real quick again. Was I supposed to add wild to my roll? Since I picked
Was it wild? I thought it was mortality.
It was wild because it's Wait, no.
Do we always add our
mortality.
faction to our rolls?
It was
You
mortality.
add faction when it's a faction move or a debt.
So I would add my mortality.
Yes.
Which is 0, so nothing changes. Cool.
Yeah. Faction moves. Debt move. Faction of debt.
I think you got it.
Yeah, I think the faction moves you you roll for faction. If you're refusing a debt, I think you're rolling heart. Because you're trying to, like, weasel out of it and appeal to their better nature. Yep, roll with heart. Okay. We good to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to start.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. It is late spring, early summer. The days are long and the nights are shrinking. Less than optimal for some of the city's residents, but cloud cover generally is aplenty. There's always some kind of rain, storm, at least once a week. So our dear vampires definitely know when they are safe and when they aren't. Our story begins in a single moment. Something strange happens. You know, for the unaware, they almost don't notice it. It's something that could be very easily overlooked, just this strange shiver up their spine feeling. But for those who have seen beyond the veil, for those who understand perhaps a little bit more than they know, have a little bit more power than they should, perhaps you all feel it another way. Just a chill up your spine, but something else, something unsettling. I don't know if either anyone is exactly doing it, but if you were to check your watch, it's just a little past 5. It's a Friday evening. People are leaving this kind of commuting town. Does anyone want to start first? Tell us what you were doing when this weird thing happened.
This weird ripple in the vibe of nature?
Yes. When the vibe check went south.
I'm sitting at the bar, this sleazy dive bar, the farthest thing from the upscale place where Seth
Matador,
works.
yeah.
Just more of the kind of bar where if it got a new customer, people would be shocked and frightened. Hey, Moxie Mari, welcome to the party, pal. We're playing a tabletop RPG called Urban Shadows. We're just getting started here. Come on, welcome in, join us. I'm sitting there and I'm just like smoking a cigarette and casually shuffling cards, probably stacking a deck or two, and as I feel the ripple, I do something. Everything is like is a state of shitty normalcy. There's smoke around me. There's old guys around the bar. A bartender who's, absent-mindedly rubbing his dirty Moe the Bartender style rag against one of these glasses that'll never be fully clean again. And something that never happens, I fumble the cards as I feel this thing, and they do like a 52 pickup type splatter of cards all over the table and some on the floor. And some people, I assume, feel it, some people don't. But even just me fumbling the cards is such an oddity in itself that even though it's quiet, it causes some notice and maybe some whispers.
Yeah, someone else at the table closest to you probably like, hey, watch it, Jake.
Yeah, mind your own business. I pick up the cards and I go back to what I was doing, but I'm behind my shades. My eyes are darting around, trying to see who else felt that, if anyone, if it was just me. Did something happen with my contract with this demon? Or, was this a personal thing or was this a worldwide thing? But I'm still not sure. I want to go to the bathroom and look myself in the mirror to see if anything within me has changed. But
yeah.
I'm scared of, maybe doing anything that'll call further attention to myself.
Yeah, and as you're kind of feeling like this, all this tension, you're like getting more and more into your head. When your phone buzzes and you've received a text, I imagine you jump. I don't know, you tell me. But it feels louder than usual.
Yeah, it feels like I'm preoccupied. It's enough to give me a little bit of a judder there. And then I check it.
The contact just says R. The content of the message says, Jake, time to do your work. I've got some stuff I need you to take. Very important. Don't fuck it up this time.
I turn the phone face down. I go to the bathroom and I in my bolo tie, there is a a compartment like the necklace in what's that fucking movie? Cruel Intentions, that has a vial of cocaine in it. And I snort some coke, and I'm realizing now that I'm low, and that pisses me off too. And I'm sort of like cursing to myself at my lot in life. I can just feel like the shit is hitting the fan now. And I leave the bathroom, rubbing at my nose, and I like go off, into the streets towards my car.
As you go to your car, you open your trunk, and you don't fully know how Rectus has figured this shit out, but as you open your trunk, the briefcase with the various paraphernalia that Rectus has tasked you with is sitting perfectly square in your trunk, even though your keys, the only access, have been in your pocket the entire time.
Am I used to this sort of like magical prestidigitation by this point?
Yeah, I don't think this would be the source of this kind of disquiet kind of vibe that hit you. This is like, okay, yeah, more normal shit.
Right. It's annoying because it's my personal space. Another annoyance that I kind of hate every time, even though I am used to it. It's like one of those death by 1,000 cuts things where it's like I'm never quite sure what's in it, but he has no problem getting into my business, without my permission, because that's the deal we have.
Yeah, you're his pawn, his puppet. Why would he ever think anything different?
And even just that, knowing that's how he sees it, makes me just like, grit my teeth a little bit further.
All right, and with that, I'm going to probably just shift to the next person down on the list. Louise, what are you doing when this cold shiver runs down your spine?
Would Louise feel it as mortality, or does she knows the supernaturals around her reacting to it?
I think because of your knowledge, like I said, it's not something that only the supernatural experience. It's just they might have more of a word for it. I think you especially would be a little bit more attuned to it, but you might notice like everyone just kind of like, ooh, that was weird. Must have been a gust of wind.
Okay, well, I'm going to say Louise, as a mundane mortal, is just heading to the pet store with Ghost because they dumped yet another bag of birdseed out the window. Again.
And sorry.
And she feels the shiver.
Yeah, what's kind of her immediate reaction to this bad vibe?
She freezes in her tracks and looks around to see if there's an immediate threat in the area, giving off bad vibes.
Yeah, you're like in the street somewhere? You're just like walking around on the sidewalk?
Yep.
Do you know where in... Oh, sorry?
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just coming out of that pet shop about, 20 minutes ago, and I'm in the park nearby. Feeding pigeons, actually. I reach in my bag and be like, let's see what the bag has for you. Oh, it's bird seeds! And for you, too. And then all the birds fly away.
Yeah.
I look around and see across the way, what was your, Luis?
Yes.
Louise and Ghost.
Yeah, Luis and Ghost, I see you guys across the way.
And I imagine you felt it, too, and we can touch
Absolutely.
on that. Yeah.
It's you again. Like, how do you keep ending up where I need to be exactly when I need to be there?
Good to see you, ma'am.
Ghost? No, don't touch the birdseed. You don't know where that birdseed's been. Look,
I don't either. If you want some, Ghost, happy to share.
Ghost flies down, repeating its name. Ghost! Ghost! Ghost!
I love Ghost.
Not living up to the silence its name implies.
No, of course not.
I'm imagining a very spooky looking bird, but as soon as it speaks, it just looks so dorky.
Of course. Spooky little raven, but he likes to dance on the weekends.
He likes to boogie.
He likes
Anyways.
the nightlife. He likes to party.
Luis, what was that? You felt that, right?
Oh, yes, you felt it too then. I was concerned it may have been you for a moment.
I don't think so. Haven't done that before. Birds usually like me, as you see them flying away.
Well, it's because you feed all of them.
Well, what's in the bag?
My bag or your bag?
Oh, in my briefcase,
I mean, did you not just pull birdseed out of it? What, does it magically refill itself now, too?
Well, usually, but sometimes I stock up a little bit.
Right. Because it's magic. You're not stealing things and putting in there. Totally.
Oh, no, the things I add, I pay for.
Louise nods, but she does not believe you.
Oh,
Mr.
I reached in. I got a few more silver bullets if you want them. I don't know where they came from.
That is useful.
Here.
Louise takes them, looks at Ghost. Not food this time. Don't eat.
Ghost has opened his beak as you were saying that, and as soon as he sees that you were looking at him, he just closes the beak and stands back up and kind of ruffles his feathers. And Mr. Peridot, as you were opening your bag and reaching in for the bullets, something else kind of fidgets in your hand, like trying to get your attention.
I'll reach for it.
It is a sheet of warm paper, and if you want to go back up to art, where I have the spoiler marked the second image,
Ooh.
you see a missing poster. 8.5 by 11 paper, still warm, seems like it's fresh off the press.
I actually found something else for you, me, maybe. Do you know her?
Can I share this with the?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. So this is what
Callie Romano?
Peridot is seeing.
I think she's a tall lady.
Yeah.
She loves short kings.
Luis, this just came to me. Recognize her?
GM, does Louise recognize her?
Well, now sounds like a great time for us to do the first move of the game. Do you want to do put a face to a name?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you're gonna roll with their faction. Hallie's her faction is mortality.
Oh, that's good because we're mortality. Ooh, I got a quality 5. I don't think I know her.
5 with the modifier?
4 with a modifier to be 5.
Okay.
That is 9, 10 with the modifier.
10. You've dealt with them before. Learn something information. Learn something interesting and useful about them, or they owe you a debt. So, Louise, you would know Hallie probably because she is last time you spoke with her, she's a doctor, she's an intern at OHSU. For non-Portland residents, that's like the big teaching hospital in Portland. It's in Southwest. They do all sorts of stuff.
Oh, Miss Romano. She's good at covering up injuries that have rather questionable origins. She doesn't ask too many questions.
She
Yeah.
sounds like a nice one.
And
Nice.
Louise, what you would know, something interesting or useful about them. She is a very prompt woman. She's very active. She's involved in a lot of sports. She hates being late.
Unless you got other plans for the day, maybe we should stop by OHSU. Take the tram up. That's always fun.
Right. I do have a car. I could drive us.
Oh, sure, but there's better parking down below. I like public transportation. Less of a tax on the ecosystem and such.
But do you realize how many supernatural ride the train?
No
I
idea.
don't want to have to deal with policing that many people today.
That's fair. I'll follow you.
Right. Well, I guess if you're coming with, then my pickup truck's around the corner here. We'll take it down to HSU.
Let's go.
All right, and we'll leave you there for the moment. You want to do Bartholomew? Is that fine?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm with Seth in his bar.
You got access to the Matador?
I'm kind of just teleported in. I have a disguise. This time I know will work. I'm not dressed up like my normal.
What are you dressed up as?
I stole a suit earlier.
Nice.
It's a nice suit.
Yeah.
I braided my beard. It should hopefully work.
Seth, have you noticed Bartholomew yet?
Have I noticed Bartholomew yet?
You could probably smell him.
Yeah, I
have a
haven't
shower.
seen him.
Okay.
Probably haven't seen him, but I caught a waft of something.
Yeah, like 3 different like strong perfumes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. A waft of, yeah, something.
More pure perfume means more smell good, right?
Yeah. I just mixed 3 in a bottle. That's fine, right? More smell.
Just trying, compulsively making potions out of just anything he finds in the apartment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
No, I
Weren't you staying at my place too?
I believe he's got his own apartment at this point because that's turned into his sanctum.
Yeah.
But he probably did crash with you that first week.
Right, right.
All right, so where are both of you in the bar when this vibe happens?
I'm chatting up a nice gentleman right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm working behind the bar. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm being calm. I'm calm. I'm not gonna get kicked out. I'm gonna prove to Seth that I can be here. Damn it.
And Seth, when the weird vibe hits you as you're pouring a drink, how does that kind of manifest? Do you
As I'm pouring a drink, no. As I'm just moving around, grabbing some empty glasses and stuff, I just drop one of them. I freeze for a second, I drop one of them, and it shattered.
And I'm assuming you've been to Matador. Is Matador a quiet enough place where, like in the dive bar with Jake, would people hear it, or is it kind of lost in a cacophony?
On a 5 p.m. on a Friday, it is busy as hell. There's probably a line outside, and there's full. Everyone's talking. People probably heard it, but people aren't gonna stop talking. Basically,
All right.
I think it will get a little bit drowned out.
Yeah. I think there's a server who's kind of nearby and just gives you a look like, seriously, you almost hit me. Before hurrying off to pass more drinks out to all the patrons of the bar. Bartholomew, how are you faring with this?
Oh, I quit talking to him.
Yeah?
I'm like, oh. And I'm gonna break my rule and go walk up to Seth.
Do you walk behind the bar to get to Seth, or do you just walk up to the bar?
Walk up to the bar. I'm not a monster.
I like
I'm a wizard, not a monster.
you see Seth get up from behind the bar with a little dustpan filled with glass. He looks up at you, just pauses for a second. It's like, I'll deal with you in a second, and he goes off to the back to dispose of the glass.
No, wait. I'm being serious here. Did you?
And Seth goes back into the back, dumps the glass, comes back.
Yeah, and then I'll be there. I'll just walk up to him and be like, "Can you just leave? I don't want to deal with this right now, please."
Did you feel that too?
What are you talking about?
The feeling like
Okay, yeah.
Like a shiver.
You know where we are? It's not like the place to talk. Like,
No one's gonna hear us. The noise is gonna drown us out anyway.
fine, yes, what about it? Yeah, it's weird, but...
This isn't just a me thing, right? With the magic. This is a... You felt it too? Okay.
Did I stutter? Yeah, I just said I mentioned... Yeah.
This is new to you, right? Like, you've been here longer than I have.
Barely, yeah.
Okay.
Weird stuff happens all the time ever since all this happened to me.
As the two of you are kind of talking in low hushed tones, a woman walks up to the counter where you're both are, and she's like, "Excuse me! Oh my god, can I get, like, a martini, please?"
She sounds hot.
Yeah.
Seth will look over and be like, right away.
Yeah.
He goes
And
over to
she
make
looks
the
like...
worst martini of his life.
Yeah. She is in a short dress, she's got a long blonde ponytail, and it looks like, and maybe sounds like, maybe even if you're standing close, smells like, she was pre-gaming.
Okay.
She's 6'1", age 26, height, weight of 165.
Yeah, because if so, wait, that's not the same hair color. Chuck Hughes.
Yeah. We'll just quickly make a really bad martini and hand it over to her.
Oh my god, thank you. And
tab,
she like
tab?
I'll pay for hers. I'll pay for her this time.
Jeez.
and she turns to you and puts like kind of like does like a little nose flick, and she's like, "You're the best." And then she out of her bra she pulls out a 20 and hands it to you.
Fiction. And then he puts in his like long sleeve. Like his sleeves are always long. Does not matter.
That's the business's money, bro.
All right, fine. And then I put it back. All right.
I'll just take the 20 and dump it in the tip bar.
Nice.
In the tip jar or whatever.
So
And she disappears into the crowd.
I hate the nose flicking thing. It bothers me.
Yeah.
Are you saying this aloud or?
A little, like not once she's far enough away. I'm like, what? Do they do that to you? I'm not voice there. Do they
Nose
do that to
flicking?
you?
Yeah, she like you know, like when you're like reach out and you boop a nose. She like kind of like stroked Bartholomew's nose because she's drunk.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they do that to you, or is it just me?
They did it to you because you're a customer. They won't do it to an employee here.
It's getting robbed on the flicks, man.
Yeah. Hey, can I work here so I don't get
Yeah, right.
No.
The incentive.
No, we're not hiring.
Okay.
But yeah, that was weird. I don't know what it was. I don't understand. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Okay. Ugh. So.
Seth, as you're talking, your phone buzzes.
Yeah, I'll pull it out to see who it is.
So, this is an unlisted number. Or, it's not unlisted. It's like just a phone number. You have no idea how they found your number, but it's somebody saying that they're from the Vampiric Council, and they have mentioned in this text, "Dear Sir, to whom it may concern, Mr. Seth, the annual blood tithe is now complete, and we have a surplus. Your surplus will be arriving momentarily." And
Wait,
they have sent
what?
you up.
He audibly says that.
Yeah, you're looking at your phone, you're like, what? And all of a sudden, you see a UPS guy walk in with like this weird box, and you've gotten text from these people before, just like other things. "Dear Sir, to whom it may concern, Mr. Seth, blah 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 blah, Vampiric Council," those kind of things.
Okay.
But the
thank
guy,
God. Like, so as I receive the text and read it, I'm just gonna like press and hold, delete.
Yeah, don't click the link. Definitely give you a virus.
Yeah, for sure. But as soon as you like look up from deleting the text, you see this guy holding this cooler, and he says, I'm just supposed to look for a guy that says Seth. Is there Seth here, sir?
That would be me. I'll take it, and I'll
Alright.
like put it under the bar
I
somewhere.
got a thing full of vampire blood here. Anyone need their vampire blood?
Nondescript vampire blood? No last name, just fucking Seth?
Is it free range? No.
They would be free.
Grazing humans.
Yeah, they're free range. Is it vegan?
Oh no, not this again. Not her again. Not that joke. Not now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just like grab the cooler, take a peek inside. What do I see?
Since are we still keeping the gag that you've worked in blood drives?
Yes.
You would recognize this site from the very end of a blood drive. This looks like enough blood. If you rationed it out, it could probably like keep you well fed for about 6 months. If you had one joyride, if you just like sucked it all in one go, phrasing, love that for me. You could probably like have the best week of your life.
Awesome. I'll take a peek, close it. Seth will like nod to himself a little bit, and then he'll like tuck it under the bar, hidden a little bit under the
Yeah,
under the
in
bar.
that little like cubby area. Yeah. I know what you're on about.
Just kind of tuck it in the back somewhere.
All right.
Oh, is that the Bloody Mary mix?
Oh no! What a wacky mix-up.
I mean, yeah, it'll be a real
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
It's from a chick named Mary.
That is now Seth's favorite drink, a Bloody Mary with real blood.
With real Mary included.
Yeah, right.
Mary included. Yeah.
Instead of the celery, it's just a finger.
Seth will get up after doing that.
And the olive is an eye.
Yeah, Seth will get back up after tucking away the thing, look up at Bartholomew and be like, that is a first. Then that is a lot of sustenance for me.
Okay.
Okay, you're like, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, well, like, okay, we can talk about this later. Just meet me at what's a dive bar that's close to Matador?
You could just make one up, and we could even say that's Jake's hotspot.
Yeah. Is there?
Let me do a Google.
Yeah.
Wait. Can I do something for a bit of a gag?
Yeah.
Instead of working at a grocery store, can I just like or
a convenience store? Yeah.
convenience store? Can I just work at like a bar?
Yeah.
I just don't like the drinks.
Oh, Matador's at the very top of 23rd. There's one on the east side.
I work at the East Side bar.
Oh, you work at Matador East Portland?
Yeah, I work at Matador East.
What?
They would not hire you.
It's a restaurant. It's a Mexican restaurant.
No, it is.
Yeah, the Matador on the east side is more of a restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I work there as a waiter.
The one on 23rd is like just a bar.
Okay, I will say
vaguely.
I do work near 23rd. There are a couple like dives.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
are a
I
couple
work.
dives.
Okay, I'll be
Yeah,
at one of
just
the dives.
off
Actually, I'll be
23rd.
at one of the
Oh,
dives.
Lucky
I know
Labrador.
usually.
Lucky Labrador, just a little bit down, just 2 blocks down.
Yeah, I work at Labrador.
Okay. Is that Jake's hangout? Are we gonna canonize that?
Sure, yeah. the
It doesn't
Lucky
fit.
Lab.
Yeah, it's a dive bar.
All right. It's called Labrador.
Lucky
Lucky
Labrador.
Labrador.
Lucky Labrador. Okay.
It ain't that lucky.
Yeah, you can just meet me there after my shift. I'm done in a bit.
That's when I start my shift. So okay.
All right, then leave, please.
Fine. And I teleport away.
You just in front of.
Do you have to do rolls for your teleport move?
Oh right.
Oh, yeah, you have
I
to
do.
channel.
I have to channel.
Yeah. How want this to go wrong?
I rolled a 9 plus. It's my
Mind or is it spirit?
Roll
Roll up or scroll
I know,
up.
yeah.
channeling. On a 7 and 9, hold 3 and choose 1 from the list.
Okay. So
you can choose to take -1 ongoing until you rest, suffer 1 harm, armor piercing, or mark corruption.
I'm gonna mark corruption. I'm gonna start this.
Just to teleport to be cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Entirely for the
Okay,
aesthetic.
so I'm gonna let everyone who knows who's listening now. I have this bad habit of like, yeah, kill my character. I don't care. So.
As you're like sitting there whispering your magic words to yourself and like channeling this thing, I'm gonna grab you by the head and like push you down so you're squatting, so you're less visible when you just vanish.
It looks like
there's
you
a bit
shoved a guy into the ground and he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
The same blonde girl from earlier, as soon as Bartholomew teleports, you just hear, "Oh my god, that was so amazing! Do more magic!"
Kill her.
Oh, please control yourself, Seth. She's not that bad.
Kill her.
Is everyone in the group text?
Yeah, we can say that.
Yeah, I text everyone on my way out as I'm teleporting.
As you're being smudged down.
Smushed down. But it's as I'm getting smushed down, I hit send, and I tell everyone, meet me at the bar in like.
What is
a
our
few
context for knowing each other? Like, what is the title of the group text?
Oh yeah, what is the group chat?
Ooh, good question.
Oh jeez, this is gonna take up the rest of the session, y'all.
Bloody Mary and Chill.
Oh, Bloody Mary and Chill is so good.
So are we friends?
I think we all just know each other.
Yeah.
No, I think I think we're friends.
I
there's a
don't
loose
think I
connection.
have that many friends, so I feel like it is more of a we met on Nextdoor and we were the only people we could tolerate.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for the friends thing, Luis puts on the group text, "I told you not to contact this number again. I'm not going out drinking with you."
Yeah, I don't think like I think I use you guys as an information stream, but the group chat is definitely muted. There's no way I would hang out with like a majority of these characters.
I try to get this going mainly because like I get most of the wizards are pricks. To him.
It makes total
There's, like,
sense to
3
me that Bartholomew and Mr. Peridot would definitely be the like
Main
motivated
posters.
parties on these things and like constantly memeing back and forth and like the rest of us are like, why the fuck are we on and perhaps the 3 of us have a separate group text where we only post like once a week, but it is just to complain about the other group chat, and it's just like,
And I
what
will
the fuck
say-
is this?
I don't know what memes are, so like I'm doing a bad job because again I've been here for 2 months. I still don't get memes,
And
so I'm just doing a bad job every time.
I
and
feel
I
like
get the feeling.
sorry, I was gonna say you found a drawing app on your phone which you're trying to use for runes, so every time you assume that everyone is making each meme that they share and are constantly amazed with each one of them, and so your memes, quote unquote, are all hand-drawn terrible things that you've done with your finger in your phone and are just stick figures of you and the other members of the group like holding hands and being like buds and stuff, and Peridot is like, that's awesome. You know, he's just like being encouraging about it.
I save every one of them.
Yeah, right. You've got them printed out or some shit at your place.
Here's when I tried to get Jake into a chokehold, and then here's the one where Jake threw me on the ground. It was awesome.
And
also
started
get the
screaming at me
impression that-
for you to put his shirt back on.
I also get the impression that Mr. Peridot is the kind of person who believes LOL stands for lots of love.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
My grandma
doesn't?
died. LOL.
So inappropriate.
Also, I text, we're heading to OHSU. You should meet us there. Also, I got this cool wand for you. It says Universal Studios on the side, but I think you'll like it lots.
I can travel the universe with it. I'm down. And
I haven't responded to the group text in perhaps 2.5 months.
Which means you've never heard him talk.
But as soon as you mentioned the wand, I do like one of those things, those iPhone things where you can reply to a specific message on it. And I replied to just the wand part, and I say Hollywood or Orlando.
My suitcase. No idea.
I start to you see dots indicating that I'm typing, and it's on, if we can cut, like if we could see what I'm typing, it's just go fa, and then I just delete it, and then the dots go away on your head.
I take a picture and send one to you, and it's just my face. I did the wrong way. And the second one shows the wand, and it clearly says Orlando, and I just didn't read it and I missed it.
Which sucks the most, because I would really want that, and that would incentivize me to come, but I can't see it. So I just go back, and I'm like, I get the text while I'm about to get back in the car after I see the stuff in the trunk, and I just like am, yeah.
I'm like, I text back like, I can skip work if it's within like an hour and a half or within an hour. Then I can erase my boss's memory and tell him he's forgot I was late.
You just see Louise typing. You realize I'm a hunter. Like, you're admitting to that in this
I
group
don't think you're
text
supposed
with
to
a
text
hunter.
while driving. No, don't do that.
Shut up! I can do what I want.
I text
okay.
as I start to text and drive, and like autonomously of this. I text Louise and I say, I fucking hate these guys.
Wait, text Louise individually or in the group? That
Not in the group. In our.
Oh no, in the subgroup where it's the three of you without Peridot and Bartholomew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Louise texts back. You'd think they would know how to use a phone camera by now.
I'm gonna say Seth is a bit too busy right now to reply back.
He's dealing with the drunk blonde woman.
But to be annoying, he'll start typing a reply, and then like he gets caught up in something, puts it back, and then you just see the 3 dots for like forever.
You're right. Yeah, we're just like waiting.
Wait, I still have the 2 other charges. Can I use them?
Sure.
I'm gonna go to my boss, erase his mind for an hour, and say like, "Oh, boss, I appreciate you giving me the night off," and then I head out.
That's gaslighting. I mean, you're canceled.
I mark corruption. It's fine.
But do you mark it publicly on Twitter? Because that's what matters.
Your cat dog fish parrot died. Of course, I understand that.
Yeah, the blank stare. Like,
appreciate it. And then I walk off.
I'm gonna text Louise, ignoring Seth's dots that seem to go on forever, and I'm gonna be like, in our side group, I'm gonna be like, you feel that thing?
You feel that chill too. I was worried that it was just centered around the park, but that's more concerning if it's everywhere.
I just type back, yeah, that's fucked. Then after a few seconds, a second message. Let me know if you need something. Which I think between us, you would know means like if you need help or if some shit goes down.
Yeah. Louise types back.
Oh, that was a red there. Oh.
What? No, it's fine. There's no cops.
Okay.
Hector's trying to jump scare me, you guys. I'm sorry.
God damn it! Does that work?
I'm too aware. I'm aware of action right now.
Okay.
Seth, as you're like going about your duties, you do hear that very loud, drunk blonde lady. You see she's on her phone, and she's like, "Oh my God, Hallie, pick up! We're supposed to be here." No, wait, that's tomorrow night. Never mind. I love you. Bye. And she clicks the thing, takes a couple tries, sets it down.
That's probably unrelated. Don't check
Yeah,
it.
no, that's fine. Yeah. So you're headed to the Labrador. You're headed out of the Labrador. Do you guys see each other as you're coming out?
Me and who?
Bartholomew and Jake.
Oh yeah, we see each other.
Does Bartholomew work at the Labrador?
Yes.
Bartholomew is the most recent bartender.
I'm a bartender and some.
He's a bartender?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get my alcohol license revoked for nothing. No.
Okay. I'm going to. Where's Bartholomew now? He just teleported back.
I just left it. No,
I just left the Labrador after telling his boss he's taking the night off and neuralizing him.
So, I almost hit him with my car as he's leaving. Where's he heading?
I'm heading to the OHSU.
Okay. Right. And where am I heading with the goods? Do I know that from Rectus? Do I have a destination?
If you've opened the briefcase, it has a little note.
Okay.
And then it says wait for 1 day, and then the drop site will be available.
All right, so I'm just basically housing this stuff for now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I nearly hit him. I'm like, Jesus, and then I feel a tinge in my horns after saying Jesus' name. Even I still haven't gotten rid of this tick in my system. And I even though I know who it is, I honk at him compulsively and angrily. Like, get the fuck out of the way. Because I also I've still got text-based hatred in it because you guys have been texting on the group thread. I haven't put it together that for some, I think in Jake's head, Louise is too good for the rest of the group, and so I haven't put it together that she is with Peridot yet.
I'm like, oh, hey, I do believe. Oh, thank you for the ride. And I get in this car.
No.
Car.
And I try to do the locks, but they aren't really responsive because the car is old and rusted at this point. It's really shitty.
I'm like, oh, you left it unlocked for me too. Thank you.
No, I did not.
Oh, fine.
What the fuck? All right, so I assume that if I've got this stuff, I'm going to put it inside my safe at my place, right?
Yeah, you tell me.
So I have an apartment, a shitty apartment, probably I would say about 15 minutes away, because I don't like to... I want it to be slightly inconvenient, because I don't like the idea of leaving too much of a trail between my haunts.
Yeah.
But now I've got this guy in the car, and I'm like, what are you doing? What do you think we're doing? This isn't a taxi service.
I thought we were going to OHSU.
For what? Oh, with that shit? What are they even doing?
I mean, I think it's about the weird feel. You got the weird feeling too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, what was that?
It's not just a wizard thing. I don't know. I don't know.
Great. So now I'm gonna haul your ass over there.
Indubitably, yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'll be happy to take you there, but you're gonna owe me one.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Great. Perfect. So can I get a debt from him?
Yeah.
So now you owe 3 I owe 3 debts to you.
That sounds good to me.
Excited to see you cash those in.
It would be funny if I cashed it in now and said, one of them, since you owe me, I'm not going to take you. And I just kick it out. And just leave it there. But I feel like that would not progress the plot in a helpful manner.
That's why I crashed into you on purpose. Yeah.
Stop with your narrative helpfulness. Wait, I need to +1 for giving him a ride. Okay, so I'm going to drive us over. I assume it's like, how long a drive to get there? 20 minutes?
It's like 25?
Yeah.
You consider traffic now, right? Though
it's rush hour now.
It's
Yeah.
Friday afternoon.
Friday
afternoon.
Portland.
Yeah.
Friday afternoon rush hour. That's gonna take a little while.
Like 40.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Yeah.
40.
Oh my god, that's gonna be miserable.
No, rush hour's real bad, dude.
Yeah.
I take the max if I can to all around, or the train system all around Portland.
Yeah,
I
it's
suggested that. But...
What's the temperature like outside?
So this is late spring, early summer. In the late evening.
Like 50, 60?
Yeah.
Temperate
yeah.
drizzly, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a low 60.
So,
Yeah,
windows up or down?
Your call.
Yep,
Dealer's
deal.
choice.
Yeah.
Windows down, and I'm going to immediately turn on 90s pop music that seems incongruous with my character. And it seems to be like I have a iPod or iPod Shuffle that is like clearly like just like on its last legs and cannot be updated anymore. Like it just doesn't connect, so it just has this massive playlist on it that I continually play, and it plays Semi-Charmed Kind of Life. And I just, as soon as I get the sense that Bartholomew is about to say something, I like put it up as far as it will go and just blast it.
I'm just vibing with it. You see, put like No. To make it worse, I do like a face, and I put my earbuds in. I know enough about that, and then I like start playing my own music. If you look at it by chance, it's like heavy metal.
All right.
While we're at a stop, can I inquire with another person who works for Rectus? Actually, can I inquire with a contact I have of Don Giovanni's, like one of his either heavies or just like lieutenants or something like that, regarding what their take on Bartholomew is? Like, is he in Don Giovanni's sights, or I'm trying to basically, I don't like Bartholomew. I don't trust Bartholomew. I want dirt to confirm that my personal dislike of him is justified in some way, and I want to see if he's got any dirt on him.
Yeah, kind of before you take off, you like shoot off the text. Eventually, when you're at a stoplight, you see that your phone's buzzed. You check it. This lackey, for lack of a better word, they get back to you, and it's like, every piece of dirt. We have nothing. Who the fuck is this guy? Like, I don't know if you've sent like a blurry picture of Bertha, like a quick snap, and you sent it over, but like, I don't even know what this guy looks. If you don't send the picture, he's like, I don't even know what this guy looks like. This is a newcomer.
You see,
give me a second. I have to charge my computer.
Yep.
It's about to die.
You see, like,
Sorry,
a bead of sweat drip from my temple as like it's like I'm no longer just like disgusted by him. I'm like starting to get afraid of him as he's like, I assume, still jamming out to music and like looks joyful, and I'm just like, it like close in on my face as like I just like horror. The music becomes like some sort of like swelling, like orchestral, like horrifying A24 face. So yeah, we're en route.
Yeah.
What music is Luis playing?
I'm
Very
gonna
important.
say Luis just kind of has just like rock, but very quietly. Because if Ghost hears too much, he will start dancing in his little like dog car seat in the back. And Luis
have I
is a
ridden with you
very.
before?
I'm sorry, what?
Have I ridden with you before?
I will let you decide that. Luis would
I'll
have
say
given
yes.
a ride if asked.
I would have. I start small talk with you, just so you don't want to talk to me enough that you turn up the volume more, because I want to see the bird dance.
Luis turns the volume up, and Ghost just starts doing like the little bird wiggle in the back of the car.
Just the little hops.
I join in. I'm having fun.
Luis, who was an angry driver to start, gets noticeably more annoyed and starts mumbling under her breath about ramping her truck over the everyone else on the street.
But don't do that. We're just having fun.
All right, let's say enough time has passed. You all arrive at OHSU. You take a moment to kind of try and coordinate with each other. I don't know if you guys are going at the top of the hill or the bottom of the hill. It is kind of a spacious campus, so you do have to kind of like maneuver. But eventually, the four of you do encounter each other. Seth, I don't know if you're joining in yet or not. Someone's probably sent you a text saying, "We're all here. Where are you?" Smiley face.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Seth like never responded to the text, but yeah, he'll show up a couple minutes late.
I look at Mr. Peridot and I'm like, I do finger guns at him, or not finger guns. I do like finger like staff, like I'm holding an imaginary staff. I'm like, hey, like finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, like finger, like I'm shooting spells at him, like, hey.
I do the little wait a sec. I set down my briefcase, and then I do the same thing back to you.
Yeah.
So we're all together now, yeah? We're all...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Seth is not quite there yet.
Okay.
Soon.
Seth will arrive when he is fashionably late and not a moment sooner.
Yeah.
I sort of sidle up to Louise and I'm like, hey.
Oh, hello. I see you're here as well.
Yeah, you too. I was just doing a drop-off for that thing, but I guess I'll hang around if you're here.
Right, more work. They're making you drop things off at OHSU now?
Yeah, that one there. I point to Bartholomew.
You're dropping him off, or he's making you drop something off? Luis eyes Bartholomew.
He's making me drop him off because I said I'd do it if he owed me one, you know? And it's always good to have a couple on the back burner.
I hear that last bit and I'm like, I do believe you almost hit me with your car too.
Yeah, it could have been a really nice day.
Wait,
Bartholomew,
so you're saying
are
he didn't hit
you jumping
though?
in front of cars again?
You might owe him more.
Oh, he has a point. You might owe me now.
Speaking of that, you guys should check this out. As you know, things appear. I found this missing person. Well,
Nice.
I found the person. I found the piece of paper, you know, with the person on. You can see. I'll hand it to you guys.
I'll say at this point, Seth walks up holding a cooler.
Nice.
He's
still got the cooler. That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna keep the cooler. He's just
I mean, this is the perfect.
doesn't have time to drop it off.
This is the perfect place to bring a cooler like this because,
It's
you know,
true.
it is a hospital. It'll blend right in.
Yeah.
What could I do? I feel like what I'd like to do is size up this poster and the person on it to, I guess put a face to a name, sort of.
Yeah.
Like
Good
with
idea.
to see if I know anything about them just from my informants and contacts and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna roll for that, and that's a. Am I rolling with a specific?
You are
Stat.
rolling with their faction. So you're going to roll with mortality.
With my faction, or their
With her faction.
her
Hallie's.
faction?
And she's
Okay.
mortality.
Okay. Gotcha. And so I have a 1 in mortality, so that means +1 to whatever I roll?
Yes. Yes.
Gotcha. Alright. All right, so that's a miss. I think that's a 6.
That's a 6? Let's see. On a miss, you don't know them or you owe them.
That's a you decide.
Actually, yeah, I'm thinking I like the idea of you having owed her something.
Yeah, I like that too. That's more juicier, juiciest.
I think there might have been a time where you got into a little bit more trouble than you thought a contract would end up being. Someone roughed you up, and Hallie was the one who found you. Hallie was the one who patched you up.
Daredevil situation. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I'm a devil.
Seth,
That's so
Seth,
cute.
I have no idea why, but I reached in my bag and I found 3 large bags of ice. Do you need these?
Me? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, good. No idea what for, but enjoy.
Yeah. As Seth is taking the ice and like dumping it in the cooler, he's gonna walk up to Jake and just kind of take the missing person's paper out of his hands and look at it, and I'll put a face to a name.
All right.
Also, you had more mortality, right?
Yes.
Which I'm pretty sure is a 0. Damn it, a 9 again, so close.
Let's see. On a 9, let's see what happened. Oh, it's past it. Ooh, where'd it go? Investigated place of power. There we go.
Wait, what?
I'm just looking at the
Oh,
thing.
yeah, okay.
On a hit, you know the reputation. Yeah,
I got a
you know.
9. That's a miss, isn't it?
No, hit is a 7 through a 9. It's just a regular success.
Oh, okay.
So you know their reputation. You know that Hallie is generally regarded as a good person, and she is very ambitious and very driven. She likes to keep busy. But she's like the kind of person where she would be like, she'd give homeless people money on the street. You know what I mean? Like,
a total
not
rube.
Yeah, goody two shoes.
Suck up to nobody.
But I know that
no
she
one.
patches up like strange people.
You've probably heard that. Like,
Okay.
you might have heard Louise say, like, heard Louise and Jake mention, like, this random mortal girl. She didn't even know what's up. She'd patch me up. You probably heard that from a couple people.
There's no way Jake would intentionally, unless under duress, let that information slide, because it feels like admitting weakness. But I want to say, if she has patched me up, did she do so at home? Because if so, then I would know where she lives, right?
That is a good point. Yeah, let's say that she did it at her place.
Where is that?
So she
is it on campus or is it off
It's
campus?
nearby. She's a medical intern, so she would be somewhere kind of nearby.
All right, I'm going to ask them, you checked her place yet? I'm not going to reveal what the context is of why I know her, but it's well known, I think, amongst you guys that I often know random shit because of all of my, contacts, my like web of deceit and whatnot. Like, so it's like, of course, it's more of like of course this guy fucking has heard of her before rather than whatever. But I'm like, you check her place yet?
That's why I brought you.
We haven't checked yet. Well, came here first to ask some questions.
I want to head over there. You guys can come with if you want to, but
sure, love to.
As that's going on, Seth will be like, "It's a shame. She was a nice girl." Hands the paper back to Jake because he thinks it's Jake's.
I mean, she might not be dead.
Yeah, let's not talk like that till we know.
I mean, she probably is.
Okay, shut up. All right, we just show some tact.
Or
some positivity.
She's not dead yet, but there's nothing we can do to save her and she'll die terribly. You never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'm just being realistic, or setting the standards low so that we're not disappointed. But whatever. I'll just stop talking.
Jake,
Wait, who rolled the highest on looking at the missing poster?
I rolled a
Not me.
9.
I got a 10.
You got a 10?
I think. It was 10, right? 9 plus 1?
That sounds
Yeah,
right.
10. You
Uh,
have a master's.
Yeah, that's 10.
Look, my master's in engineering, not math.
That's math!
Very different.
It's not math. It's not math. Not always.
math
I have a
adjacent.
minors in math, so perhaps I should be.
Luis, as like you see, Seth hand the paper back to Jake, and for a moment you feel your hunter instincts tingling as you're looking at the photo. There was something there that you missed.
All right. Did you guys notice anything off about the photo?
The extra E?
Is there an extra E?
Have you
Yeah.
seen this woman?
Oh fuck!
I thought they were just emphasizing it.
Yeah, I thought it was just like it's a big deal, so it's 3 E's.
Nah. It's a typo right there.
They're missing the end of the number. It makes it kind of hard to recall.
That is so that because this is currently being streamed metagaming, I was gonna put like 4206969, but I didn't want people actually calling a number.
You never know if someone actually is 420 69 69.
That's why, yeah.
No, it's a smart choice.
That's
All those
I'm sure
X's.
that's
She's
fine.
a porn star.
Oh my god. I thought
She's
this was
a-
PG-13.
I mean, as long as you don't show any. I mean,
She's a doctor, lawyer, prostitute. Do you know?
Oh god!
Yeah,
Doctor, lawyer,
You
prostitute,
know
raking
how
in that.
expensive med school is?
Yeah, right,
She's
right.
probably, she's
You
probably
guys,
not
that's from
Uh,
Velociraptor.
Yeah, it's a Velocipaster has
Velocipaster.
a character. Yeah,
Otis says
Yeah.
he would have called the number.
but she's
Exactly.
She's
It's Oddish proof.
she might not be a porn star, but
Nothing
she
is.
might work part time as a stripper, since Portland has the highest strip joints per capita. in
I
the
have
United
to move there
I
for
believe it.
some unrelated reason.
States.
It's because you want to hang out with us all the time, right?
Yeah.
You want to see
That's
Unipiper and the Hentai Theater? Wait,
Hentai theater. That's it. Yeah. It's not
But,
for some gross strippers. It's for the hentai theater.
It's
That way-
art.
that way I
it's
see
not
normal
hentai.
and
It's
cool.
Hentai
art.
Tuesday.
Oh my
I
god.
see the
Hey!
Meow.
Meow.
Where?
Anyways, back to business. Louise, you take a look at the paper, and if you all will zoom in on the actual image, when you look into the back, there is an eye peering out from the purse, and it looks like it's almost looking at you.
Oh my god, there's an eye. It's looking
It
at
feels
me.
like the bag is watching me. I am not a fan of this.
There is an eye. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
very good Photoshop because it blends in with the shadows. Like
Thank
it
you.
matches the lighting.
The urban shadows.
Oh,
Oh.
shit!
Oh
That's
god.
pretty cool.
Creepy. Good job.
No, I
Yeah,
think
if you
I think that's just a ring on her purse.
if
I
you
don't
look at
think
the
that's
other
an
art, you might notice a
The
theme.
second- the
yeah,
second?
Yeah, you can now look at the second piece of art in the art tab. Baby.
Oh, I hear the purring.
Are you getting the ASM purr?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great.
And you are going to want to zoom in on that one, I imagine.
Oh shit.
There's eyes.
I see. Now, wait, do we see this purse?
Yeah, can you show? Sure. Can you show everyone?
He's busy with cat business.
Okay, fair enough.
What do you mean? I have
The second picture on the art.
In the Discord, I have a second image if you want to take a peek at that.
Eh?
Right
A
next
second
to the
spoilered
thing.
image.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I can. I can't grab this. Okay, grab.
We haven't found that purse yet, right?
No, you haven't seen the bag, but now
Yeah, stop.
I feel like now it's a little less spoilery. You don't fully
Mhm.
understand what's up.
Okay, great. All right. Let me find this thing. Message requests.
It's in art in our Discord.
Hang on, someone wants to make some things for me. Real cheap. That sounds like a good deal, right? I should.
It's a Nigerian prince. He just wants us to help.
Ooh.
All right, give me 1 second. I gotta grab my charger.
Okay.
Can you charge it to here? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to.
All right, I get you. I get it. It's funny that like I looked at these before the game and just retained nothing. Did not notice eyeballs in either case. I was just like, yeah, pictures. Got it.
Wait, Oddish, you're from where are you from in Africa? Or am I misreading that? I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. I'm trying to think.
South Africa.
Oh, you're from Africa. Nice.
His last name is Musk.
Though with the sentence before being the African prince scam, now I don't know if I trust it or not.
You're not an African prince. You're from Agrabah. And you're Prince Ali in my heart.
Sure is not sure.
Mighty is he,
He's from
Ali
Thailand.
Ababa.
There's like no only one African prince alive in Shore's life, and that's me.
Nice. Oh, so you got the thing up?
Yeah,
Yeah, he got up.
Oh, cool.
that's what she said.
All right. Yeah.
Ooh, an iPad.
Nice.
In a journal?
Oh,
Great
god damn it, iPad.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But
I
Louise,
didn't
as you're
mean that,
looking
but
at it-
that's great.
But there's no eyes on the iPad. That's funny.
yeah, it's very faint. It's hard to see, but like you're looking at it, it looks like there was an eye in the bag looking up at you. And the placement's a little weird. Like, if this is a design choice, why would you put it what looks like on the side of the purse?
Could I try to...
Louise is going to look over the Mr. Peridot. This looks like
Yeah.
a magical item. Would you know anything about this? You didn't happen
Yeah.
to give someone something like this, did you?
Can I try to research an occult occurrence, object, or individual?
Yeah, is that your scholar
Yeah.
ability?
Yeah, roll mind is my
Yeah, appraisal. That's what it's called.
Watch, it's like the brother, or the second half of
thing.
the Mr. Peridot's bag.
Oh,
I rolled terribly, but I have a good modifier leaving me in the middle. So I got 4 with a +3, so 7.
Mm-hmm. All right,
So
so
I
you can
get-
ask one of these questions.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. What secrets or powers does this object contain?
That is the perfect question to ask. I'm glad you picked that one. I think to the untrained scholar, this might look like a magic bag, but you think about it for a second. Hallie isn't involved in magic, and nothing about this bag seems magical.
Hmm.
So, whatever is happening in this image, let me see, how can I phrase it? A fish tank isn't special until it's got a fish in it, right?
Well, guys, a fish tank isn't special until you got a fish in it.
Or it
hell's
doesn't
he
have any
talking?
value until
Why
you
are you
have like
speaking in
something
riddles?
else.
It doesn't have value until it has something else inside it.
Very wise, my friend.
Oh, I get it. It's like how a condom's empty until you. Never mind.
Yeah, like what
It
you're
was a
saying.
sandwich, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's the bag itself.
How are we seeing the bag from this angle on a poster?
We're not.
We're not. You're only seeing the one eye one
Okay.
Yeah,
with the lady.
that was just me like constructing a piece of art that you could feature on the stream.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, you can use it as a background now. Use it for everything you do now.
Every
Shore.
stream.
Even if you-
Yes,
every stream.
It's gonna be.
Doesn't
And
matter what you're doing.
I like really lazily cross out Urban Shadows and write whatever the game is, and then just the image is unrelated. I put like a Pokemon in the bag if they were playing Pokemon.
Until it's like an actual scary game, then you have like a really soft, like pink cloud
Mhm.
rendition of this, and it's like
Mhm.
Why are you playing Doom Eternal? You know.
I will say it was really hard on Google to find pictures of open bags or like people going through their bags. It is difficult to find what I was looking for. Anyways.
To your house, you think? Or should we ask around here?
I think we should go to her place to see if she's all right. I mean, if there's any clues, that's my inclination.
Any evidence at her house is more disappear, have someone clean it if something happened than for, people over here to forget what they saw.
And I will say on the poster it says she was last seen in Pettygrove Park 3 hours before failing to arrive at OHSU for a shift at work.
Isn't Pettygrove we used to do the Pokemon raids a lot?
Oh, it's one of the places.
Yeah, like 2.
It's got that weird fountain that looks like a woman. It's like a very abstract woman looking up.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. It's nearby where my old internship.
Yeah, no, I used to play a lot of Pokemon Go there. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone who's listening. I forget
people
we have an
from
audience
Portland are just enraptured by this. This is just
yes,
like in the one that you sent me of where they were playing it and they were doing it by LA neighborhoods. I'm like, they're really overestimating how much people who don't live there are.
They might have been making.
It's like this doesn't.
They could have been making up for all I know.
Exactly. It's like Oddish. This means nothing to me. I'm riveted by this
Oddish
exchange of foreign culture.
Yes. We have a lot of there is one. What's the thing that would be weird? We have that one food that's weird. We have some food that's weird to them.
All of it. Keep it weird.
Fusion.
Yeah. Anyways,
we have weird ice cream for sure.
Oh yeah, salt and straw. Anyways,
straw.
Back to business.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is I drove all the way down here for no reason, and now I need to turn my car around, drive back through downtown traffic to get to her house.
No. I think that this is actually a good parking spot. Cheaper here than over by your house. It's walking distance, I think.
Yeah. She lives up on the hills, actually not too far from the tram to the upper part of OHSU. She kind of walked out that way.
Damn, that's expensive.
Also, there's this cool app on my phone that tracks my steps, and I just have some more steps to get today.
How many steps?
3,000.
Oh,
cool.
We found
how
out
does the magic
that you pulled out of your case was for?
Oh.
If you checked his case now, there would be a gun for me to use for this conversation. Then I remember that I have a gun and I don't need it. So we head to her place?
Yeah.
Alright, is it walkable? Are we walking it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty close.
You head up through the tram, and Jake, you're probably the only person who actually knows her place. It's not too far away from the tram.
Okay.
It's kind of like hidden a little bit away. Like you almost have to like round a corner, and there's a lot of trees up in that area. So like the place that she's in, it's a little smaller, a little ramshackle, a little older. It's kind of nestled in this spot that's just right. It was very convenient.
Apartment?
Oh, sorry. No, it's like a little house.
All right.
It was very convenient that time you got the shit pissed beat out of you, and she dragged you back to her place because very inconspicuous.
What faction beat me up? Mortal? Don Giovanni's guys?
Yeah, it was probably one of Giovanni's guys.
All right, so I guess I'm gonna go up and just try the knob.
Locked.
All right,
can I
I'm
reach
gonna
my
go.
bag?
Huh?
I reach my bag. Can I roll for it?
Yeah. Roll with spirit.
Spirit. Oh. Let's see.
It'd be funny if you didn't have to roll for it and just always had the right thing for every situation and like
so
broke the
I
game.
got a 6.
You got a 6?
So, would it be okay for me to say that I pull out a brick?
I was gonna say a bobby pin, but yeah, or like a credit card, but yeah, if you
Well,
want to go brick.
I feel like the bobby pin would be the 7 to 9, and her key would be the success. So,
Okay.
I had it. Oh, I think this is exactly what you need.
All right.
And we not like break the window.
No, I wasn't going to. I break the doorknob off with the brick
Amazing.
and push it open.
Well,
All right, go inside.
Yeah. You see that the place is relatively tidy. She kind of keeps it more of like a minimalist aesthetic. There's the kitchen table that she gave. She tossed you onto, and she was doing stitches on you, Jake, that one time. It's a one-bedroom place. It's really small. It's really cozy. Nothing looks amiss.
No sign of struggle or anything amiss.
No.
Can I see if there's any mat? Oh, let's see. Is there a move I can do?
Might be let it out. Yeah, it looks like it's let it out.
I hit choose one marker. Extend your senses supernatural. Yeah, I'm gonna let it out.
Yeah.
So roll with spirit.
Yep.
Which is a 2. Okay. I roll an 11 plus 2, 13.
Ooh.
Ruthie can
nice.
verify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that means I let my senses
You
supernatural
ignore the
otherwise.
corruption, and you choose one other from the list.
So I can extend my senses.
Yeah, so you get to pick 2.
And what else would make sense in this? I guess take plus 1, 4. That's not fun. Can I impress my opposition? Can I just impress everyone else?
I was gonna say +1 forward because you get a vibe, you get a sense for the kind of person she is.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So I kind of just like, I kind of summon my staff.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I have my wizard robes back on. Probably when I went to the restroom before we left.
Mhm.
I pull out my sleeve, pull out my staff, and then I just kind of put it on the ground, and I don't know, magic.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little light coming out of the staff. I'm like, huh.
You know, like those constellation lamps?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you see like all sorts of these arcane symbols kind of just paint themselves across the room, almost scanning it in a sci-fi way, but it's fantasy.
Mhm.
Totally different. And
She's been watching me play a little bit of Mass Effect.
kinda. And here's what I'll say, Bartholomew, you get a sense for the kind of person she is, but you also, I don't want this to sound weird.
Just say it.
You get a sense of like her essence. She was here. She spent a lot of time here.
No, that makes sense.
So it's almost like
aura fate, like senses of like
yeah.
auras.
So when you're looking for her, places that she could be, you get a +1 forward.
Okay. Hey, y'all. I hope you liked the last show because I found nothing.
I liked it lots. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Peridot.
Seth, are you still carrying around your container of blood? Or did you...
Yes.
Okay.
My cooler of blood.
And Jake, do you still have your bag of goodies or your briefcase of goodies? Did you keep that on you, or is that still in your car?
It's in the trunk of the car, and we
Okay.
walked from campus.
Yeah. Just making sure.
Okay.
I know you're not. If you're a true Portlander, you know you never leave anything in your car.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real exchange of board culture, Oddish. You don't leave anything in your car in Portland.
Nope.
Oh, really? Because it'll get robbed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
It's been
All right,
bad
then I
lately.
would have it on me, I guess, in that case.
Okay. I was gonna say I knew a lady who she got her car stolen out of her garage.
That's crazy.
Okay, Oddish.
Wow.
Oddish says he's taking notes. Oddish, if you're taking notes for real, one more thing is JoJo PDX, probably one of the best chicken places in
True.
fried chicken places in Portland.
True. This
Love
is
'em.
known.
Love them.
Yeah.
JoJo PDX?
Mhm. I was gonna give a tattoo parlor name, but my favorite tattoo artist from there just left. So
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
Yeah. Anyone else want to do anything here, or are we gonna move?
I don't know what else there's to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Front of the house and make sure that no one saw us just break into this random woman's house.
Nah, it's fine.
Random missing suspicious woman's house. Well, she's not suspicious, but it's suspicious that you're all right where she lives.
Yeah. Remind me, what would I be rolling for this?
Ah, great question. Can you scroll down a page? There we go. Yeah, I'll do that. A bit. Probably mislead, distract, or trick.
All right.
And we've looked around enough to know that nobody's here, right?
Yeah, no.
It's
I think
completely-
in her bedroom you see that she has several pet rats. That's the only other living things. Other than like maybe a little succulent.
I rolled a 4. That's only one more than the lowest I could have rolled.
Oof. Louise, this is kind of a more gentrified area, so as you're kind of like standing around, like trying to take stock of everything, you turn around and you're like, God, I hope no one's there. And you turn around and you see a group of older women power walking right by, and they've all stopped. Some are still like moving their arms so they can still get that good cardio, but they're all looking at you.
What the heck you looking at? Never seen doorknob replacement before?
Where are your tools?
Hey, this is perfect. Excuse me, madam. I was wondering if I could interest you in something. I think I have something just for you.
Please, not now.
No. I'd
What
like to
door?
use expert negotiators class skill.
Okay.
When you persuade an NPC, offering them an arcane item they need, a hair product, of course. I can basically roll the same as usual, but it's better results for me. Would I be able to attempt this? Ooh! Oh, exciting! Oh, yeah. I got a 13, which yeah, is a success for persuading NPC.
Yeah, so you like start up walking with the briefcase, and one of the older lady, are you with Mary Kay? And all of them just swarm around you as you're offering. You said it was hair care products.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are enthralled with your presence.
And I give free samples, which keep coming out.
Yes. Oh, and
Excellent.
would you by any chance have anything that I could touch up my hair a bit? And one goes, can you do perms? Do you have any perm stuff?
Oh, well, I'll look and see. It says perm on the bottle. I think so.
Yeah, they're wrapped around your finger.
And I just keep talking to them while everyone else does important stuff.
Nice.
I leave the house and I guess head for the park. What's the best way to get there?
So Pettygrove Park is in downtown and kind of more of the corporate area. Let me see. You could actually just, if you wanted to, you could take a train. Yeah, you could do like public transportation and leave your car, or you could definitely drive over.
I feel like I want my car. I'm gonna go back to my car and take it. I mean, unless I don't know Portland as well as you guys. What would be the move?
It would probably be keep your car with you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's go.
I suggest we walk back and go over to the park since that was the place she was last seen.
Yeah. Hey Jake and Seth, can you guys let's see. Let's roll spirit. Can you guys roll spirit for me real quick?
Spirit fingers.
You got spirit? Yes, you do.
11.
I got
Alright.
a 9.
I think Seth is aware of at first those kind of vampiric senses, but both of you become aware that as you have been carrying these objects, the briefcase and the cooler, the weight of your stuff has changed.
Increased or decreased?
Both.
Wait, what?
So it's
Like-
changed over time?
Yes, like as you're like riding up the tram, oh, it seems a little lighter. And then as you're leaving the house, why is it a little heavier?
Wait, couldn't my magic have caught something with that going on, or no? Or like with the weird weight change?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened then?
You get a sense of Hallie? What? It's almost like you know when you have the metal detector and you get like a false positive?
Yeah.
Yes. In
Wait.
those weird moment, like in that weird moment as you're all leaving the house, you just Bartholomew, you like look up, and then Seth and Jake both look down at their stuff.
Wait.
Hallie?
Yeah, I tell him to open up his cooler before we leave.
Why?
I want to see what's in there.
It's nothing.
How can I get him to do this?
Here, I can check for both of y'all. I know, I don't care.
What?
I look at I already know your secret.
Oh, that's
Seth.
right. Yeah.
Seth, I'll look at yours. I don't care.
Okay.
Bartholomew, roll spirit.
Oh, me roll spirit. I'm Bartholomew, right?
Yes.
It's going great, May. Thanks for being here.
9 on the dice, and a +2, so that's an 11.
Oh, this is interesting. So, Bartholomew, you kind of know that Seth had said this was a snack. Like, this was supposed to be what you assumed would be blood.
Mm-hmm.
But as you open it, there is no blood, and there's no ice that he just chucked on top of it. What you see are several invitations with nice flowing script addressed to several wizards in the city. You see a deck of cards, and you see a couple pouches of various something. There's like a lot of like herbal and aromatic smells kind of coming out, but none of Seth's stuff is in the bag.
I'm doing the actual motion with my hands. I move Seth over.
There, you wave Seth
I
up,
wave
so
Seth
then-
over, and I'm like, best friend of mine, you might want to look at this.
Seth goes over, looks in there, and just like does the the nose pinch thing, just like
Yeah,
I did nothing, I swear.
oh
You
my
saw
god.
me. You see, I can't do magic without it showing.
I'm not blaming you. There was so much that could have sustained me for so long.
I know. And I go to pat him on the back.
You touch
Although-
me again, and then you'll sustain me for a month.
Noted. I look through. I'm like, wait a minute. I recognize the card.
you do.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Is this who I think it is?
Yes.
It's I joined last month, but where is it at?
Near the end.
Power
it's
names to know?
Power names to know.
It's Marlowe. No wait. Wait, what?
Marlowe, there it is.
Oh yeah.
The janitor guy?
No,
Yes.
it's Marlowe. They run they run a poker game for the rest of us wizards.
Poker game, huh?
And this is all their stuff that they're gonna hand to everyone out.
While they're doing this, I check my own bag.
Roll spirit.
Okay.
It's fine. Don't worry. Everything's normal.
All right. I got a 9.
With any modifiers?
Yeah, with including modifier. Yeah.
All right. Inside, you see the outline of a great many things, and enough conflicting smells to overpower a perfume shop. However, you cannot touch any of these things, and nothing is able to get rid of those smells.
What?
You look in the
this
bag.
is wonderful. You guys all have my ability too.
Apparently.
Oh, just hand it to nice people, and it'll be great.
Yeah, Jake, you go to like reach your hand in to like grab like what looks to be an apple, the outline of an apple, but your hand just goes through it.
Does this strike me as a demonic artifact that I would normally have, or do I think that this has been? Yeah, so this is obviously whatever's happening with these bags. I turned to those guys. Is yours fucked up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think this is the thing
Louise?
that happened? That like
weird Louise, it's not just me.
No, it's been weird all day.
What the hell's happening? You got my shit? What's in yours?
No, I got the wizards. I got the other wizards. We got our wizard friends. Poker game invitations. Where's mine?
Wait. If we got their shit, do they got our shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
We'll take it. We go to the park? I gotta get the shit back. My priorities have changed here. I'm on a job, you know? I can't just have my shit flying everywhere. We'll take care of, she did me a solid once, but we'll take care of her in a bit.
Yeah, I don't think we need to rush on Hallie's thing. I need that blood.
I mean, someone's missing. We should probably go looking for her.
I mean, it's just your bags. You can't have that important in the bags compared to
Yeah, I mean, well, no.
I turn to Louise and I'm like, you know who it's for, and you know what they'll do.
Right.
Well,
perhaps it'll lead us to the missing person then.
Is it still usual stuff?
Mr. Peridot, as you reach into your bag, roll spirit, actually. I want to see how this plays out.
Okay. Decent 8. No modifier.
With an 8, you open your bag, you look in, and you see, like, tucked in a pocket, there's a book that says local urban legends, but as you go to reach for it, the item shrinks back into your bag, and you see an eye open in another part of your bag, look you in the eye, and as it closes, all the other contents of your bag disappear. And that's where we'll stop.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's weird.
Interesting. Ooh.
All right, Ruthie, thank you so much for guiding us through this. This has been really exciting. Everyone's characters have been really interesting, and I'm getting really hooked into the story now. I have no idea what's going to happen. Thank you to everyone who's joined, both in the chat and as players today. This is our first fun experiment with tabletop stuff on the stream, and I feel like everyone's really enjoying it. So thanks to everyone for their participation in this fun experiment. I hope we can do more in the future, finishing up this one or continuing on with it at some point, and doing other, maybe some D&D one-shots or something like that. I'm also working on that ongoing campaign that I've told Hector and Ruthie about before, that hopefully we can get some people together for at some point.
That'd be fun.
Do you guys have anything well, first of all, I'm going to do the reshoot command. Everyone listen to Hector and Ruthie and Ed on Reshoot Movie Podcast. There's the link to their Spotify. Is there anything else you guys would like to promote or mention for us to take a look at before we wrap things up?
First thing is I want to say thank you for hosting us on your Twitch. It was really fun. I'm glad I get to play Urban Shadows again. It's always a hoot.
Sade is giving you guys applause.
Thank you, Sade.
Yeah,
thank you, Sade.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting us and having this thing on your channel. Yeah,
it's my
This is
pleasure.
super
It's
exciting
really
for me.
fun.
My first time on Twitch. Since I feel super famous now and really important. Thank you for achieving that for me.
Yeah, I thought it was fun
Ben,
playing with you.
Ben, do you have anything you want to plug?
Nah.
By any chance? I figured.
nah.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Keep it more. Katie, how about you?
Nope, just thanks for having us.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
All right. Well, I will probably be back with another stream tomorrow, or yeah, I think I should be able to do one tomorrow too. Probably back to some regular gaming stuff. I know Ashlyn wants to do a shiny hunt in Pokemon, so we might do that at some point too. I'm gonna find us someone to raid out to now. But if you guys have to run to the restroom or just say goodbye for the night, you can feel free to pop off. I'm gonna stick around while I do this real quick. But thank you so much. Yeah, and if we want to talk scheduling for the next one, I'll be available in the Discord. But that was really awesome. Great work, Ruthie. Fantastic. Thank you so much for putting this together.
Yeah, I always like throwing an Urban Shadows game together, and yeah.
Honestly, we have so many. I own so many RPG books.
We never get to play.
We never get to play them.
Yeah.
Like I have the Cyberpunk Red one, and I've been itching.
Mm-hmm. And I still haven't done a full game of Monster Hunter. And we have a couple from we have Blades in the Dark. We got a couple that you got from that Humble Bundle. We got a ton.
The Humble Bundle, I got Starfinder and Pathfinder 2.
Those are fun.
Wait,
Yeah.
Monster Hunter has a tabletop?
No, Monster of the Week.
Or Monster of the Week. Sorry, yeah, that's what it is. It's yeah, it's like Scooby-Doo or Supernatural or X-Files.
Although I do have a D&D 5e supplement that is basically Monster Hunter.
Yes.
So if you do want to do that one, sure, I can definitely...
do kind of. I love Monster Hunter.
I can read up on it, and I can... Heck, if you want, I can give you this the
PDF?
The PDF for free.
Oh, wow. All right. We'll have to... Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
It's a bit more complicated, but yeah, it's fun.
Oh boy. I might need some help with that. This was a lot of fun, and listening to the podcast of it that Ruthie provided really helped me understand it a lot more. I don't do very well with reading a rule book and understanding what's going on. I need to see the scope of the game being played, or else I'm sort of lost, basically. But
for sure.
That's helped having the podcast?
Oh yeah, super helpful because you get to see how it's walked through and everything. So that was super helpful. And just playing it, I mean, when you look at the stuff, it doesn't look like a super complicated game, but it's not like Candyland where you can just throw a map on the ground and be like, oh, I understand what the scope of this game is. I go from here to here. When it's mostly in your head, it's like, I needed to watch them or listen to them go off on the first parts of their mystery in order to really understand how it can be played and how much of it is us just playing around. And I like that. I mean, like, the actor part of me really likes that a lot.
I figured you'd get a kick out of it.
All right, we are going to raid out to our friend Sleepy Siren in just a few minutes. I think they're playing some Genshin Impact. So we're going to transfer our viewership over there. That's what a raid is. But thank you again, everyone. I had a really fun time. And yeah, thanks to everyone who dropped by. Thank you to our wonderful mods. Thank you, Sade. Thank you, Oddish. Thank you to Ashlyn, too. I know she isn't here right now, but she's wonderful as well. And yeah, thank you to everybody. And we will talk to you all soon. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay,